Peter.
Cats for mine, Ted.
Peter. John.
Geelong, Ted.
Peter, Jack.
Geelong, Ted.
There's a bounce in the centre here now by the umpire. Up they go, and the big fella Everett, one hand's down. Excuse me, in goes Riccardi here, grabs the ball, gives a handball over the top, comes out to Gary Hocking, and immediately he's into the game, Gary Hocking. His handball went astray, the ball goes to Tudor. His handball was astray, and Winmar picks up the football, but it was a free kick to Riccardi. Umpires, Peter, to Tudor.
Umpires are Garrett and Goldsmith, Ted.
Now, the kick by Tudor from the centre wing on the member stand side goes a long distance down the ground. A chance here, although Hinkley looked a bit haphazard about that attempt to take the ball. And Shanahan comes in, drives the ball around centre wing, where we see McGrath out there. Oh, he got away from Lowe very easily there, McGrath, and chips the ball into the centre where Barnes comes in immediately and has got himself into the game as he does every week. A handball goes to Gary Hocking, a handball over to Riccardi, who darts away, drives with his left foot down towards Gary Abbott. Pushed in the back, should be a free kick play on. Well, boy, oh boy, that's not a good start for Abbott. Here they go again. Hanley has the football, hooks it around towards the goal square. Not a bad snap, I tell you what. It is a real beauty. Full points to Geelong.
Oh, listen, Ever, you've got the goal of the day almost in the first minute of the day. And Hanley, he means business. Cats lost the toss, but they've scored the first blood of the game, and it was a gem too. He's picked at centre-half forward. That's where he is.
What do you got, John?
Ted, unofficial report downstairs. The Geelong reserves lost by 10 points.
Yeah. That's what we got up here, yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks for that, John. Back in the centre here, the umpire comes in. Free kick to Ablett, not over there, Brushy.
Oh, it was close, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, there was
close.
something there.
Goodness gracious me. All right, umpire at the centre field now, bounces on the circle. It's a good one. Everett underneath. Barnes gets up, got his hand. It went down towards Couch. Held, play on. Ball taken by Bairstow. Drives down to full forward again. A chance here. A good mark in defence down there, taken by Taylor. Gives a handball over here to Pekin. Darts away through the full-back position. Drives to centre wing on the outer side. They fly, knocked away by Brown. Down it goes on this occasion, out towards the wing position with Hollow. Got it out towards Dwyer. Dwyer drives down to the half-forward flank. A chance for Neal, but here they go again. McGrath forces his way through the pack with sheer strength and finds a player sitting underneath Lamb, but he dropped it. Riccardi backs up, takes the ball away. He's on his right foot here. Chips a handball over the top. That wasn't very flash, but Lamb made it look good. He gives a handball over to Bairstow. In turn, a handball back to Riccardi. 45 metres out. He fires at the big sticks, but it's offline and goes through for 1 point only. So Geelong here now got away to a pretty good start. They're 1-1-7 on the board, and St Kilda yet to score. And of course, that is on the Capital Building Society scoreboard.
And Danny Frawley goes short. Danger out on the 50-metre line. Robert Harvey dropped it. Comes in, picks it up on the 50-metre line on the boundary line. Brings it round half-back flank looking for Winmar. Diving attempt for Mark. And he's been paid, Winmar, on the half-back flank position. Ground bathed in sunshine, particularly in the outer, as Winmar puts it back into the centre of the ground. Knocked away from Grant by Gary Hocking. Down the ground it goes. Steve Hocking, a handball out of the pack, went into Big Handley. Tries to kick it off the ground. Steve Hocking's in there, pushed it out. Picked up by Pekin, a handball to O'Brien. O'Brien of St Kilda, handballs out wide to Winmar, who gets away from Tudor with ease and puts it on his right foot and drives up to the half-forward line. Oh, Darcy got pushed out and will get the free kick. As Darcy's got the free.
Yeah, that was Fode that pushed him out. He was named on a half-back flank and Grant to full forward, but Fode now was playing full forward for St Kilda.
Darcy comes out to the half-back flank on Members' side where Steve Hocking's made the loose man. Oh, drops an easy one. Tackled by McAdam, breaks the tackle, gets his right foot into it, kicks along to the centre wing on Members' side. Big Handley thumped the ball on. Good play by Handley. Down towards Lamb on centre wing Members' side. Lamb, a right foot kick up to the forward line, looking here for Ablett in the forward pocket. It's within 50. It's within 40 as Ablett sets chase after it with Scott. In they go, St Kilda. Kane Taylor carries the ball over the boundary line near the behind post. Forward pocket Members' side for a throw in. With Geelong 1-1-7. St Kilda yet to score on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. 4 minutes into the first quarter.
Don't fool yourself. Speed kills.
Here's the throw in the forward pocket position. In front of Geelong's goals, Members' side now. It's a big throw in. It's gone over the head of the ruckman. Ablett's there. Gary Hocking picks it up. He's got away, has a snap in towards goal. Might have been touched as he kicked it, and it's hit the post anyhow. So it's another minor score to Geelong, who are 1-2 to St Kilda yet to score.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes into the quarter, and well, St Kilda have got to do a little bit more, Brian.
Oh, a whole lot more. It's only been up in the forward line on one occasion. Tim Darcy got a free kick out of that, so really they haven't featured at all.
Frawley to the outer side this time. He gets out there where Grant flies. There's no mark. Hits the deck. In goes Winmar. Takes the ball on the half volley. Darts away. That's his second bounce around the wing, and he's having a good look around before delivering the ball to centre, half forward. Out they come. Fode had a chance. Swings onto his left boot and drives the ball down to the full forward position. The big, long, loping strides of Everett picks up the ball. He fires at the big sticks, and the umpire said full points to St Kilda.
Yeah, remarkable agility, this guy. I remember this about him in his first game of footy at Gardenia Park, and whilst he could have possibly taken the mark, that wasn't to be the case. It was a running ball coming to him from Winmar out of wing position, but he showed good desire and, as I said, agility to get that goal.
A lot of agility.
A lot of big loping guys of 6'9" like that wouldn't be able to have that flexibility of movement, so that was a good one.
Yeah, Geelong lead by 2 points. We've been playing now just on 5.5 minutes into the first quarter. Capital Building Society scoreboard, court umpire at centre circle. Steady, beautiful day, lovely sunshine here at AFL Park. It's down, a good bounce. Barnes sits underneath, and Barnes won the battle in the air. Knocked on by Everett, however, to Gary Hocking. He handballs to Couch. Couch drives long, up to full forward. Ablett's a target, over the top goes Frawley. Thumps the ball down towards the half back line. A chance here for Pekin taken away, and got it over towards his teammate running past.
It's out towards the centre wing position now, where we see Harvey coming in and taking the football away after he got that pass from Peckett. He kicks up to the half forward line, tapped on by Lowe. Lowe gets it into the forward line where O'Brien picks it up. He's 55 out, shoots in towards goal, knocked off the hands of pack by Neal. In front of goal, danger, St Kilda there. Fode gets away from Neal, takes the football away from him, runs deep into the forward pocket on the boundary line. Very clever play by Gordon Fode. Drives into towards the full forward position, but Brown and gets flattened after he took it. He got an elbow to the face, but he's back up. It wasn't too hard. And O'Brien, the offender there, and the free kick, or the penalty of 50 metres going to Paul Brown after he took the mark right on the edge of the goal square. So the man on the mark now has been brought back to the edge of the square as Brown goes wide to the wing, where Malakalis is loose on the end of this square. He kicks up to the half forward line. Big Handley gets to the front there, puts his hands up to it, nearly held it but didn't quite. Dropped the ball in the end. Comes out towards Lamb. Lamb 60 metres out. A left foot kick into full forward, looking for Ablett. Over his head in the square. Ablett's in front. Offloaded by Frawley. Punched through by Frawley. A free kick held. Held he was, and it's a free kick to Gary Ablett, who'll take the free kick in front of goal. Only a matter of 2 metres out, if that make it a metre. Frawley on the mark is only centimetres in from the line, and Ablett was interfered with. There's no doubt about it, going in towards goal, and Gary Ablett right in front should have no difficulty whatsoever in putting this through for full points to Geelong, which will give them 2 goals too.
7.5 minutes into the first quarter on K-Rock Football from AFL Park on relay to 6NR in Western Australia.
Ablett having a shot at the goals here at the freeway end. 7.5 minutes into the first quarter. Ablett comes in, 2 steps, bang, straight through the centre. Geelong 2-2-14, St Kilda 1 straight goal.
What do you got, John Dunn?
At Victoria Park, Collingwood 2-1-13, lead Footscray yet to score. And at Princess Park, Carlton 1 straight goal, Fitzroy yet to score for St Overs.
Yeah, bright opening to this game. We're only alive 7 minutes in the first, and we've got 3 goals, 2 of them to the Cats. And whilst Ablett's got his first, and it was well umpired there by Peter Pearson as well, the fact is he's going to have a busy afternoon. I can see even early that Frawley's the guy that does make Ablett work very hard for the ball. He's going to have to work doubly hard to get a bag full today.
Dwayne Russell, of course, his match doesn't start until 8 minutes past 2 in there at the MCG, so we'll have scores coming through within the next 3 or 4 minutes. Umpire coming in a centre circle, it's down. And Barnes comes in again with Everett. Barnes wins a battle in the air, goes to Couch with a handball to the running Scott, who darts away from the circle, drives to centre half forward, thumped away down there by Pekin, got it out towards Shanahan. He got it over to Grant with a handball to Burke, a short pass over to Harvey. Harvey fumbled, but he still maintained possession of the football. He's looking for Winmar. He's got him. Winmar taking a little bit easy here. He gathers in the ball, drives down towards a full forward position, looking for Morris. Morris had a chance, pushed away by Neal over the boundary line for a throw-in. Well, they're certainly using a lot of handball so far in the first quarter. Peter, would you have any idea?
Not at the moment, Ted. Probably Geelong a far superior there.
In the handball?
Yep.
Boundary umpire, right forward pocket, main scoreboard end. The end where St Kilda are kicking to, throws it back in. Big Everett gets up high, comes down here. A chance here for St Kilda through Shaw, got his left boot to it. Harvey sits underneath. A miskick that one, and has taken a mark some 53 metres out from goal directly in front. Harvey coming in, goes for the short pass, kick number 3 to Harvey. That was meant down there for Lowe. He dropped it. Big Everett picks up again, backs out of trouble. Handballs to Lowe. He was tackled, kicked the ball along the ground. In they go. Malakalis is there. A chance there for St Kilda if he can get a free kick. O'Brien, the umpire, has said no play on. Now he's bounced, so blown the whistle, and a bounce will take place. Just on 10 minutes into the first quarter here gone on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. and it's Geelong by 8 points.
Yep, and it's a ball up just in front of the St Kilda's goal, virtually, with it knocked away by Barnes over his head to the pocket, where we see McGrath pick it up and boot it out to the half-back line. Up goes Everett. Like a great big ladder he is. He's huge. He took the mark. Second kick to Everett as he kicks in towards the forward line once more. Over the head of the pack, comes to the ground, picked up by Morris. A snap in towards goal at the Wellington Road end, and he's put it through for full points to the Saints, who fight back with a goal to Russell Morris. St Kilda are 2 straight goals. Geelong 2-2-14. That's on the Capital Building Society scoreboard 10 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, 2 points about that game. Great recovery by Russell Morris. Neild is picking the player up. He's at centre-half back for Geelong, Neild, this afternoon. Just a little bit slower to the bounce of it. But the other thing is 2 goals to St Kilda, and they've both been as a result of forward play by this big, tall, lumbering guy, Everett.
The big men are set for the umpire to bounce. A lot of concentration by the umpire here. And it's down. And Everett's underneath, and Everett won that battle on that occasion. Comes back, taken away there by Tudor, smothered by Dewey. He picks the ball up and belts it with a handball out towards Morris here. He's put to the ground. The umpire set in the back. It's a free kick to Morris. No advantage rule. They were looking for it. The umpire said no. Shaw had a chance of getting away for St Kilda. There's a kick by Morris now right down towards the forward pocket. They battle for possession. McGrath had a chance to mark, and the umpire's called play on. Handball out to Buse. Tackle without the football. He hits the deck. Play on again as a call. Steve Hocking comes in. Gives a handball over to McGrath. In turn, a handball to Barnes on the member stand half-back flank. He kicks towards centre wing here, and they come out to meet the football. Here they go. Lamb's first on the scene with Barnes, lending support. He tapped it out to Lamb. Lamb still trying to gain possession. Robert Scott chips in. He swoops, kicks it very high in the air down towards between wing and the half-forward line. A bad bounce got away there from Shanahan. In they come. Peckett gets it. Gives a handball back to Shanahan. He drives from the half-back line to centre wing. They fly. Gotta be a free kick again, slow to be taken by Barnes. My word, it does, Brian.
You betcha.
And Barnes plays on, shoots the handball to Buse on the edge of the square. Buse runs into the centre of the ground for Geelong. Uses further handball to Hinkley. Hinkley's caught with the football, lost it, and Geelong, you lose possession as Harvey takes it away with handball to Peter Everett. Everett's on the edge of the square, left foot kick into the half-forward position, and a mark to Russell Morris coming out on the 50-metre line for the Saints. Good play, bad play by Hinkley that time.
Bad play by Buse.
And Buse, and it's third kick here for Morris as Morris drives into the forward line. Pushed out there. Malachellis have to be afraid. St Kilda have taken the mark in the through the agency of O'Brien, but he pushed Malachellis out right on the square, and Malachellis handballs out of the pocket, where we see Johnny Barnes get it again on the right boot. Drives out to the half-back flank for the Saints. Harvey got a hand to it, knocked away. Down to the open spaces. Buse comes in, offloaded by Harvey. Knocked it out towards Neild, who kicks it off the ground to the members' wing, where it rolls over the boundary line for a throw-in. St Kilda 2 straight goals. Geelong at 2-2-14, moving up to the 13-minute mark of the first. Capital Building Society scoreboard. K-Rock football from the park here in Waverley. Here's the throw-in on the members' wing. Big Handley's there, got a hand to it, down to the ground it goes. A chance here for that hollow of St Kilda. Gave a handball out, taken by Neild though. Neild kicks to the boundary line, and it rolls over again for another throw-in. Exactly on centre wing on the members' side of the ground. The members, of course, in the shadows of the stand, and out the outer side, beautiful sunshine. Here's the throw-in on the centre wing. Knocked down again, that time by Handley. Down towards Buse, who's taken to the ground that time for St Kilda by Damon Shaw, and it's going to be another ball up on centre wing.
Centre wing on a member stand side here now. The umpire with Handley doing the ruck work. Hollow his opponent. And knocked away. They both got a hand on that occasion, and taken away by Harvey. Sprints away, does a turn, gets away from Buse. A handball goes over this time to Hollow, gives a handball again, and it's taken away on this occasion by Taylor. Drives to wing on the outer side. Out they come to meet it, and Morris is first on the scene, chased by Neild. Morris just can't pick it up. He's got a fit of the fumbles. This allows Couch to take the ball away. Handball to the open spaces. There they go. It's Riccardi leading Dwyer, and Scott chips in, suckles the ball off the ground over towards the boundary line, and here they go again. Taylor first on the scene for St Kilda. Sidesteps one player, drives the ball deep down towards Winmar, and Winmar's taken it again. Play on as a call down to Morris, and St Kilda are starting to get some system into their side on the forward line, but chipping in here to take that mark over low, or behind low, was McGrath. His kick is a bad one. Chipping in there was Malachellis trying to clean up for McGrath, but McGrath takes the ball again, drives it back around the wing again. Dwyer's there, no mark, play on as a call. In they go, Riccardi first there again, puts it onto his left boot, hooks it around towards the wing again, chipping in, coming out the metre is Handley. Handley and taking the ball away. Oh, good play by Hollow. Gave a handball over the top here, taking it out now, and right down there was Shaw towards a full forward position for St Kilda. And it's a mark taken out. Is that O'Brien?
Yep.
Looks like it is O'Brien, directly in front of goal, and he's got to be no more than 15, 20 metres out. O'Brien, a bit more system in his side, Brian.
Yeah, Hollow was a nice driver of the ball. It just shows you if you stay on your feet throughout the entire performance, you're likely to do something good.
O'Brien comes in and he fires at goal and he's put it straight through the centre for another goal. Before this ball gets back to the centre, what about the comments during the week from that guy over in Western Australia who was suggesting we have no more boundary throw-ins? I mean, how quick would the game be? We've had about 6 boundary throw-ins on the member stand side already, Peter, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy.
So he said that the free kick should go against the last player who touched the ball. You got a comment?
No, I wouldn't go ahead with that, but I would also say that it is the slow point of the game, the boundary throw-in.
Very quick score, Dwayne.
Yes, Dunstall has the only goal for the game so far. Melbourne a 1 point to Hawthorn, 1 straight goal, 8 minutes into the first quarter for St Overs.
St Kilda 3 straight goals, Geelong 2-2-14 here at the park. Here's the bounce, favours Everett. Everett gets his fist to it, punches it away, punch back by Shaw, goes back towards Bairstow in the square. Over the shoulder, the umpire said, and a free kick will go here to St Kilda.
Yeah, Bairstow wanted that free kick, but he's not getting it.
No, it's going to go to the Saints.
This is K-Rock football from AFL Park. We're on relay to 6NR in Western Australia. And good afternoon to all of our friends over there, particularly our friends at the quality Langley Plaza Hotel. Mr. Rob Wiseman, look forward to seeing you in about 4 or 5 weeks.
Hollow goes short to Pekin, who takes it, marks, handballs on here to Dwyer. Dwyer gets it, he's 65 metres out from goal for St Kilda, and Dwyer shoots it towards goal. He might have put it through. He might have put it through without the free kick. Let's wait and see. The goal umpire, he's having a chat with the umpire and says he's going to pay the free, and now he says go back and take it. Now, for mine calling the game, it was a goal anyhow.
Yeah, but the goal umpire didn't say it was, Peter, did he?
No, he was waiting for the field umpire to give his decision.
Hang on a second. Had it been a goal, he would have paid the goal. No free
Anyhow,
kick.
it's a goal now because Morris just puts it straight through, Ted.
Okay, John.
Yes, it's not good news, Ted, at Victoria Park. Collingwood 6-1-37. Footscray yet to score. Rockers kick 4.
Well, that's not a bad start for Collingwood, is it?
No, that's very good. Well, you're right, though. If it had been a goal, it would have been called as the goal, and as such. The end result is the same. St Kilda doing a little bit better than Geelong.
John?
And at Princes Park, Carlton 1-8 lead Fitzroy, 1 straight goal for St Overs.
Now, Neil is off the ground for Geelong, being replaced by Mansfield.
So we'll have a look and see who goes to centre-half back. We'll call you that in a minute.
St Kilda, 4 straight goals, 24 points. Lead by 10 points over Geelong. 2-2-14. That's on the Capitol Building Society scoreboard. There's a bounce. And it's a good bounce. Everett's underneath and he won the tap. Oh, Gary Hocking had a chance. So does Harvey. In the latter, Harvey, his kick was smothered, forcing his way through the pack. There was Bairstow, a handball. Goes out to Mansfield, but he missed it. And there goes McAdam, a beautiful handball, but out to open territory. And there go the Saints again. O'Brien comes in. His handball wasn't very effective at all. Darcy looking for the free kick. The umpire said no. And he's oh, yes, he's playing a free kick. I think that umpire changed his mind. It looks like it's going to Fode, and the free kick is against Malakalis.
Yeah, looks threatening up there at full forward. Fode. He's got a lot more manoeuvrability than Lockett. Doesn't have his ability, maybe, but he's looked good in the first part. But I'll tell you what, Ted, this O'Brien's got a stamp of league football about him. He knows what it's about. 40
metres out from goal, left forward pocket, with St Kilda kicking to the Wellington Road end. That's the main scoreboard end here at AFL Park, the northern end of the ground. Only 40 metres out, coming in, walking, gets up a little bit of pace and drives the ball towards goals. It looks good. Yes, the umpire has indicated down there that it's through for full points to St Kilda, and they're starting to look good. 5 straight goals, 30 points, and they lead Geelong 2-2-14 on the Capitol Building Society scoreboard quarter. And don't fool yourself, speed kills.
So the Lockett fill-in has bagged his first, and here we see this this old-fashioned scenario is on again. Barnes comes off, and on goes Hooper, who will have to go like the clappers to get on O'Reilly to get to that centre bounce. Who's going into the centre bounce? Handley. Oh, they're all going round centre half forward. We'll tell you about it.
There you go. No, bounce favours St Kilda, but knocked away that time by that Handley. Gets down towards Harvey on the edge of the square. Harvey kicks back into the centre where Shaw marks for St Kilda. He plays on Damon Shaw, kicks long up to Fode, and Fode marks it and takes the mark only 35 metres out from goal.
Did you see what Darcy did then?
Yes.
Front of that bloke's back?
Yes, indeed.
Stoneham the other day got 3 weeks.
Yeah, and he got linked up with the legs of Fode too, because as he fell over, could have been a nasty injury there.
I could not.
God could have injured their legs.
He tripped over Fode. That's all right. It wasn't like Stonehams either, I don't reckon, Ted.
All right, there you are. So anyhow, it's a split decision, Brushy. Anyhow, the ball's back here with Gordon Fode. That's the main thing, and he's 35 metres out from goal. And he's on an angle of 45 degrees at the Wellington Road end. Saints away to a great start. Kick number 4 coming up to Gordon Fode. A goal he kicked a moment ago. Lines up. May not be as accurate this time. He's not. It's a minor score. So St Kilda get their first miss. 5 goals, 131. Geelong 2-2-14.
And 20 minutes into the first quarter on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. Darcy with the football at the fullback position. He was about to go short. Changed his mind. Gee, takes plenty of time bringing the ball in lately. The last few weeks he goes short again this time, and he's got Gary Hocking. Hocking has a look round. He wants to play on there. He goes, Gary Hocking, now onto his left boot, around towards the half-back line. Winmar steps in. The 3 Geelong players, and Winmar takes a mark and he plays on. Around looking for Fode. Darcy over the top and punches it over the boundary line for a throw-in. John Dunn, what do you got?
At Princess Park, Ted, Fitzroy 2-2-14 lead Carlton 1-2-8 for St Overs.
Boundary umpire on the outer side, right forward pocket at the Wellington Road end, throws the ball back into play, and Lowe doing the ruck work against O'Reilly. Out towards Burke. Burke gathers the ball, hooks it onto his left boot, down here towards Everett. He gives a handball over to O'Brien. Oh, they're walking away to St Kilda side. There's another one. Gee, there's no pressure from Geelong whatsoever. Absolutely no pressure in defence.
No, and I said that about O'Brien. I liked his stamp, and he's further developed it with his second goal for the quarter, and already in the game the Geelong defence are being overworked. They're a little bit fragmented also, but the pressure is just continuous out of the centre and around the wings. Winmar dominating things, the ball going up into their forward line with monotonous regularity. They have got the breeze in the first quarter, St Kilda. I don't think there's a whole lot in it.
Where's the breeze?
Well, you're kidding, Bushy, aren't you?
Well, they won the toss there.
Breeze!
Get out. Here's the bounce in the centre, knocked away by O'Reilly. Oh, they're all laughing here. Down to the ground she goes. In they come. Lamb when he couldn't get the ball. Brown was in there as well. Over the top.
Have a look at those flags.
Never been in the Boy Scouts. Jeez.
There's a bounce in the centre. I've got to ball it up here. Saints in front by 23 points, Brady. Here's the bounce in the centre. Up they go again, and O'Reilly got a hand with it. He can give a handball out to Harvey. Harvey kicks out of the square towards half forward. Punched on cleverly by O'Brien to Winmar. Tackled high. Winmar hand passes to O'Brien. 65 metres out. O'Brien into full forward. Morris slow to get off the mark. Mansfield got to the front position. Gabbard in the football. Little right foot kick. Kept it in play towards half-back flank on Member's side. The Saints come in and swoop on it. Here's a chance for Shaw. Hand passes to Nathan Burke. Burke goes into half forward. The big boy's loose, and the big boy marks in Everett. And Everett's marked at 55 metres out for St Kilda. Kick number 4 to Peter Everett. He goes short to full forward. Geelong defenders fly everywhere. They knock it down to the ground. St Kilda clever, punch it out towards Morris. A handball to Lowe. Lowe into an open goal and misses it from 7 metres out.
Dwayne Russell.
Yes, Hawthorn are still leading here. 3 straight goals, 18 to Melbourne, 1-2-8. 15 minutes played here at the MCG for St Overs Vitamins.
St Kilda 6-2-38. They lead Geelong 2-2-14 at the 23-minute mark into the first quarter here on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. Darcy played 2 grand finals for Geelong at the full-back position. Many players been tried there this year without success, and Darcy has had the job the last 7 or 8 weeks. He goes to the members' stand side, and he's found Andrew Buse, who darts away around the wing. One bounce, showing a bit of speed there, and Mansfield put one player down behind play, and Morris, and now we see Gary Hocking take the ball. In casual style, has 2 bounces, hooks the ball to centre half forward. Out goes Gary out, but then there was Winmar. But no, they leave it here for a chance coming through on the back line of Scott again. And it's driven right down towards a full forward position, and almost a mark to Hinkley, but the umpire said no. 2 Geelong players collided together, and it's gone through for 1 point, and Danny Frawley will be the player to bring the ball back in. That was a tail that hit very hard out there. As we see Frawley go for the short kick, and he's found his teammate out there in Grant, who handballs over to Winmar. Winmar steady, gets a handball to Burke, and Burke now on the half-back line. Hits centre wing with a good-looking kick, and he's found his teammate in Peak and gives a handball onto the running Dwyer. Dwyer used about a 55-metre kick down to Fode, knocked away by Darcy in good defensive style. Chipping in here is a McGrath, but he takes it over the boundary line for a throw-in. 24.5 minutes into the first quarter. 6-2-38 St Kilda Geelong 2-3-15 on the Capitol Building Society scoreboard. We're on relay to 6R in Western Australia.
Here's the throw on the half-forward line now as for St Kilda, and Lowe's there. Pushed the ball out with his hand, but it goes out towards Steve Hocking, and he copped one then. And the umpire's going to ball it up, Darren Goldspink, and it'll be a ball up about 65 to 70 metres out across St Kilda's half-forward line, kicking to the Wellington Road end, and this is the first quarter. St Kilda 6-2-38, Geelong 2-3-15 on the Capitol Building Society scoreboard. 24.5 minutes in. There's Shaw taking the ball away for St Kilda. Handballed out here towards McAdam, who pushed the ball out in front of him. He's on his hands and knees. Handballs back to Shaw, tackled, dropped it. They dive on top, but Stacks on the mill, only 40 metres out from goal for the Saints, and a ball up will take place with umpire Garrett coming in to ball it up here. 40 metres out from St Kilda's goal. Great start for St Kilda in this first quarter. Everybody thought this would be a good win to Geelong, but it's still a long way to go yet. There's the big fella Lowe punching it out of the bounce, taken by Nathan Burke, smothered off the boot a bit, comes to O'Brien, held without the football, no free kick. Shaw had it and lost it. Bairstow handballs out of the pack to Handley across the half-back line. His handball is smothered, comes down to the ground to Pekin. He's tackled high. There's a free kick in front of the goal. The umpire won't get it. And he said, now you're caught in possession. A woeful decision. Dreadful decision by the umpire Garrett as Gary Hocking takes the free kick in defence out to the half-back line. Paul Brown marks it, and the crowd booing profusely, as well they might, as Brown gets it on the edge of the square, kicks up to the half-forward line, punched off the hands of the pack, down to the ground. Peckett's there, offloaded by Couch. Lamb scoops the football out with handball to Hinkley. Hinkley to the forward line, offloads Ablett. It goes into the forward pocket. Frawley can't stop it. It's a throw in Geelong's forward pocket.
Bad miss, Brian, by the umpire.
Shocker by umpire Garrett. Back to the bush for you, and are the St Kilda fans screaming for him? I mean, he's had a couple of shocking decisions against St Kilda in the first quarter.
26.5 minutes into the first quarter here at the park. Right forward pocket, the freeway into here. Riley from behind. Ablett went up as well. 3 Geelong players up for the one punch down there. As we see players tried to battle for possession. It was Pekin. Got it out here towards Hollow. He handballs over the top here to his teammate running past him. Taylor has a bounce. Chased by Scott. That's his second bounce. He straightens up. A 20-metre handball over towards Burke. He steadies now and shoots the ball from half back to half forward. Down there looking for Morris. Oh, Morris got one high, and the umpire is paying the mark. Morris with the free kick drives it down towards half forward. There they are, and Peckett's got the mark. He plays on, hooks towards the big kick down there. Big play, I was saying, in Everett. He couldn't get near the football, and McGrath takes it over for a throw in. Time check, 27 minutes. We've travelled into the first quarter here, and it's 6-2-38 St Kilda to 2-3-15 Geelong. Right forward pocket at the Wellington Road end. Now, the crowd are up in the air a little bit.
Yeah, Lamb, Ted.
Lamb, what, having a go?
Lamb and Pickett.
All right, there's a throw in by the boundary umpire now, and the big fellow Everett from behind, Hanley in the front position. Down it comes here towards that the young fellow, and Shaw, he's kicked the goal. A beautiful snapshot on his right boot, and he's a left footer, this kid, isn't he? Sure.
I've never seen him before.
So he's the left foot, and his beautiful right foot step and put it through for full points, taking their score to 7-2-44 to Geelong 2-3-15. That was a miraculous shot on his wrong foot, Brian, on that right forward pocket.
Yeah, can't add much more to it other than the boy is rookie in league terms, and certainly if he kicks a few more goals like that, he'll be no longer a rookie. Easily recognised he is. This is a kid from St Peter's. He's still in single figures, played about half a dozen games.
St Kilda by 29 points here late in the first quarter. Handley knocked it out to Kane Taylor, who can't take the football away. Down to the ground she goes. In goes McAdam, picks up the football. Handballs here to Winmar in the square towards the half-back line he was. He got it wide out to the wing where he saw Dwyer loose. He steps around Steve Hocking, and Dwyer goes short to the half-forward line over the head of Foe, but Lowe backs up well. Takes it away with long handball into Kane Taylor. Taylor into an open goal for St Kilda. He fires in, and the Saints have kicked another one. They've kicked 8 in the first 28 minutes, and St Kilda lead by 35 points. The Saints 8 goals to 50 points. Geelong 2-3-15.
Come on, we've got a game.
All right, well, I'll tell you about it. I'm not doing that, and it's very early days too, I've got to say, but it's an impressive first quarter by St Kilda. By the outer side of the ground, Dwyer has given them enormous drive.
Yeah, well, you might be kicking with the win the next quarter.
That'll do. Fired up a bit.
Back in the centre, umpire ready. The big ruckman is set to do battle here, and Handley set to come in doing the ruck work for Geelong against Lowe of St Kilda. The bounce is a good one. Lowe's underneath, and no ruckman got a knock away on that occasion. However, Handley scooped it away, did a blind turn, gives a handball to Tudor. Tudor drives down to the Ablett territory and Frawley. To Gary Abbott's the umpire paying the mark.
Yes.
He's got to pay the mark to Abbott, using his strength again, and has taken the mark.
Let me tell you, Geelong haven't scored of their own volition since the 7-minute mark. It's the 29-minute mark. The only point they scored was rush through.
Volition. Their own volition.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The patter.
And that's right, he got him. Ablett's kicked one, Teddy kicked it at the 7-minute mark.
Now,
Tremendous.
Gary Abbott kicked one goal. He's some 20 metres out directly in front, kicking to the freeway end. He saunters up to the area where he should kick for goal, and the umpire said down here he has made no mistake, full points to Geelong. That certainly makes their score look a little bit more refreshing on the scoreboard. 3-3-21, and they trail St Kilda 8 goals to a total of 50.
90 for the season for Gary Abbott.
90 for the season. Plus one we reckon he didn't kick, still goes back to 89. But in the book, Peter, in the stats book, it's 90, huh?
90, certainly, and that makes 676.
And it also, the other interest in the game is, of course, to see whether he needs a country cousin to get to the 100 goals for the year. Let's see if he gets it in this game.
Umpire at centre circle. A beautiful day at the park. The centre is hard. The bounce is good. It's Hanley against Lowe, and no ruckman either knocked it away on that occasion. That St Kilda player looks like it was yes, Taylor on the bottom of the pack, went down hard. In goes Harvey. A kick was astray. In goes Couch, and a chance here for Tudor. Taps it on to Riccardi with a handball over to Hinkley. Hinkley steadies another handball over the top to Bairstow, but it went away. The bounce was good for Bairstow. Gave a handball back to Malakalis. Put one hand up, tackled. Got a handball out to the open spaces. Chipping in was Hollow with a handball to Harvey. Handball again goes out to Dwyer, and the Saints are on again. They're marching home down through the centre of the ground. A beautiful pass and a nice lead there by Morris, and he was put to the deck by Mansfield as well. Looking for 50 metres there, Morris, but the umpire said no. He plays on, drives the ball down towards centre half forward, and Winmar has come out again. He's got away down there on several occasions, both sides of the ground. In superb, what's it? This is kick number 8 coming up for Winmar. In super form he is at the moment, Winmar. Fancy losing a player of his calibre for 3 weeks, as they did back there about 7-8 weeks ago, and losing those matches when it shouldn't have been on. There's a lead by Winmar down towards Lowe. Lowe comes out front position, no mark. Scott with a blind turn, he's in trouble. And Lowe, a handball goes out to Malakalis, a handball to McGrath. He handballs to the boundary line, and the umpire said throw it in. Scoreboard at the 32-minute mark into the first quarter, 8-2-50. St Kilda Geelong 3-3-21 on the Capital Building Society scoreboard.
Yep, another 11-goal quarter, Teddy. 11 goals kicked in this first quarter. 8 to St Kilda, 3 to Geelong. Knocked down by Handley. Goes down towards Shaw. Shaw kicks up the forward line for St Kilda, deep in the forward pocket member's side. Everett can't pick it up, but Pekin can. Shoots the handball in towards front of goal there, where Fode snaps over the shoulder, but it's offline for St Kilda, and they've kicked another point. So St Kilda 8 goals, 3-51, and Geelong's 3-3-21.
Dwayne Russell.
Just about to enter time on in the first quarter here at the MCG. Hawthorn of 4 straight goals, 24 to Melbourne, 2-4-16 for St Overs.
All right, back here at the park. We're on relay to 6-hour in Western Australia, with Darcy has the football at fullback, and he'll come around the members' stand side. Looking for a flyer out there. Hanley in front position. He got a hand to it. No mark and no free kick, but Hanley handballs out to Dwyer on siren. But it was astray, the kick by Dwyer. But what a sensational quarter to St Kilda here at AFL Park, and the crowd here, the St Kilda supporters, stand and rise to the occasion to give them a hell of a lot of support here. St Everett's underneath and he wins it, but it goes straight to Bairstow, who forces his way through from his opponent Harvey and kicks towards a wing on the outer side. Coming out to meet it was Peckett, but he couldn't control the football. Now he's got it with a lucky bounce and a handball to Harvey. Handball over the top again. Oh, it's a bad bounce to Shanahan. Can he recover? Yes, he had it, but he can't pick it up now. Going through is Pekin, but this allows Tudor to take control. Give a handball over to Gary Hocking, and from wing on the outer side, a left foot pass down towards Hanley. He didn't mark it, but he got the ball off the deck, puts it onto his left boot, looking for Gary Abbott, who leads away there from Frawley. Abbott swings onto his left boot, he hooks at goal, and Scott takes the mark, or he dropped it, pushed in the back as well, and the umpire's going to pay the free kick. Yes, he's indicated the free kick, and Scott is not too good down there in the right forward pocket. Give me the goal kickers in the first quarter, please.
Yes, for Geelong, we've got goal kickers easy. 2 to Ablett, 1 to Handley. For St Kilda, 2 to Morris, 2 to O'Brien, 1 each to Everett, Taylor, Fode and Shaw.
Now Scott in the right forward pocket. We'll take goal kickers from Dwayne Russell very shortly after this shot from Robert Scott. Looked like he was going to pass there, but he comes in, has a direct shot at goal, or he kicks out towards Hanley. Hanley got his hands to it, dropped it, and then they go, the St Kilda defenders, taking the ball away down there. And it was Hollow, was it not? And taken out towards the outer side. In goes Lamb. He had it, lost it. A chance here again for St Kilda. Packett's in there. A chance again to get out of trouble. Lamb gives a handball out where Harvey of St Kilda swoops around, and the ball with Tudor in control takes it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
Second-rate performance there by Geelong saw them squander an opportunity to score the first goal of the second quarter.
Boundary umpire on the outer side, 50 metres out from goal, throws the ball back into play, and Hanley. Big Everett thumped the ball away, and in comes little Burke for St Kilda, showing super speed, drives the ball down through the centre square. They fly. Mansfield, no. Low with a handball over this time to Morris. Morris steadies, and he goes long right down towards the full forward position, and Darcy's chasing it, and Darcy stops it about 1 foot out from goal. Heads towards the outer side of the mark to Mansfield. Stops, swings back onto his left, but his kick's a shocker. But it's taken by McGrath, who had it and lost it. Knocked out by Morris to Burke. In they go again. This time it's O'Brien with it. He can't do much about it, but get a handball over this time to Shaw, whose kick doesn't travel very far and has been marked down there by Darcy around the centre half back position. Now the Cats have got to get a move on here early in this second quarter. Darcy's kick is not a good one. Chipping in, trying to take it on the half volley was Malakalis. His handball was bad to Bairstow. West Couch, haven't seen much of him. Pekin gets a handball out towards Everett, and Everett finds his teammate down here in the Fode. Fode's about 40 metres out from goal. He'll have a direct shot, Brian.
He will so, and in answer to your query, Dwyer is on Couch, and he's done better than him so far in the game.
Stats on Couch, Peter.
Only had the one kick, Ted.
One kick. Well, he's put him out of business now. Fode from 40 metres out, kicking down to the freeway end here of the ground, has got a chance. Plenty of deliberation about this shot by Fode. And this is kick number 6 coming up for him. Fires at the big sticks. The goal umpire runs right across, indicated this one's missed and through for 1 point. Very quickly, Dwayne, what score have you got?
Still quarter time here. Hawthorn 5-1-31, lead Melbourne 2-4-16. The goal kickers for Hawthorn, Jarman 2, Dunstall 2, Platten 1, whilst for Melbourne, Lyon and Steins have 1 each.
Thank you.
Well, St Kilda 8 goals, 4-52. Geelong 3-3-21. Back with Darcy at the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Doesn't know which way to go with the footy. Now he's going to go out towards the half-back line on outer side. He's got the call out there from Barnes, who went up and took the mark. Good mark over 2 St Kilda players, and Barnes has got it. He backs back towards the 50-metre line. He goes along towards the outer wing position. Up they fly. In went Handley. Couldn't take the mark. It's been picked up here by Peckett. Gets the handball out wide this time. Gets it out towards Hollow. Hollow's got it on his left boot. Short kick was a poor one. It's been intercepted by Paul Brown, who marks it on half-back flank and puts it back to the outer wing position once more. Peckett's all over Handley. Handley scooped it out towards Bairstow. Bairstow on the right foot to the half-forward. Tudor takes it on the half-volley on the half-forward flank. Shoots the handball back to Lamb. Lamb now on the right foot. Kicks into the forward line for Geelong, and Ablett comes out in front of Frawley and marks 45 metres out from goal on the boundary line. Kick number 4 to Gary Ablett. 2 goals to his credit this afternoon. 90 for the season to Gary Ablett. And we see changes made off the bench. Malakalis off and Riccardi coming back on. Bench being used quite a deal here for Geelong today. And we wait for Gary Ablett, 45 metres out on the boundary. Outer side, kicking to the Wellington Road end. Shoots into Woods, goal. Beautiful kick, Gary Ablett. Right from the boundary line. Full points and 3 goals to Ablett.
Well done. Oh, gee. Now, that goal, of course, is on the James Officer's carpet scoreboards, and you did a bit of a deal with them the other day, didn't you?
I did, Ted. Actually, I went and bought some carpet, and it was a fantastic deal. Actually, went all
David
around.
Hamilton?
Yep.
You got to him?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
he
he
did.
really did look after me, and I'd urge anyone else, if they're looking for carpet in the Geelong area, go and see David. He'll look after you better than anyone else.
Umpire in the centre of the ground here now at Waverley. Steadies. There's the bounce. Barnes is back in the ruck against Everett, and Everett, the big fella, won the tapper. Went straight to McGrath, who kicks the ball out towards the wing on the outer side. The bounce is an awkward one for Lamb, but he recovers and showing it a bit of pace with help from Tudor, but it's St Kilda. Pekin. And the umpire has called play on. Yes, he has, with a handball. With the advantage rule, goes out towards Burke. Burke plays on. He goes down the centre half forward area, and Barnes couldn't mark it. Everett got a handball, but goes over towards Bairstow. He was tripped, but the umpire's called play on a handball to McGrath. Wing, the outer side, kicks it very high in the air, and underneath coming out to meet it was the big fellow, Paul Peckett was there, and they go to the ground. This time it's Handley coming in, puts it onto his left boot, brings it back in play around half forward. A chance for Couch, and the umpire is going to pay the mark to Couch. Kick number 2 coming up to the Brownlow Medicine. He's 50 metres out from goal. Yes, He goes down towards the pocket looking for Ablett. Chipping in there was Bairstow. He couldn't hold the mark. In goes Gary Ablett now. He swings out of trouble. Tackled, got a handball. Knocked on by Hollow. Goes out to Peckett and over the boundary line for a throw in. It's Geelong. 4-3-27. Trail St Kilda 8-4-52. It's K-Rock football from the park. And we're 6-0 to Western Australia on relay.
Here's the throw in the forward pocket. Big Handley opens it up and palms it out to Ablett, who has a snap over the shoulder. Ablett kicks wide this time, and it's through for 1 point only. So that's Ablett's first point for the afternoon. He's kicked 3-1. Geelong are 4 goals for 28 points, 24 points behind St Kilda, or 4 goals, 8-4-52, the Saints. And that's on the James Officer Carpet scoreboard here at the park, Waverley, 7 minutes into the second quarter. Back to the full-back position for St Kilda. Frawley in that position, about to put it back into play, and will come out towards the centre half back position. Big Handley's there for Geelong, but a big mark taken by Everett, and he quickly just gives a little hand pass to Nathan Burke, who goes in towards the centre, knocked off the pack here by Brown, out to the open spaces. Peckett fumbled the football for Geelong. For St Kilda, in goes Riccardi, gives it across to Lamb. Lamb hand passes to Gary Hocking. Gary Hocking hand passes to Bairstow on the 50-metre line. A long handball deep in the forward line to Tudor on the boundary. A snap from the boundary by Lee Tudor, and it's another minor score to the Cats, who go to 4-5-29, and St Kilda 8-4-52 on the James Officer Carpet scoreboard.
And don't fool yourself. Speed kills. Now running away from the fullback, he going short, and Taylor's taken a mark. Gee, what advantage is that, Brian?
Not one little bit, except you get worried about it.
Just 10 metres on it all, that's what it was. The kick by Taylor, thumped away here by Dwyer. Out comes Robert Scott, takes the ball and darts away. Goes for a short pass to Gary Hocking and got him. Hocking is a good 55, 60 metres out from goal. He's on the members. He goes for a short pass again, and he's got Robert Scott marked. 50 metres out from goal, fires at the big stick. There's Abbott down there and Frawley. Thumped away. It's still in play, the football. There goes Riccardi. First on the scene. Picks it up in the left forward pocket or right forward pocket. Drives at goal. Puts it onto his left boot, but it's through for 1 point only. And Geelong, they need goals. 8-4-52 St Kilda, Geelong 4-6-30. We're almost 9 minutes into the second quarter. What do you got, John?
Footscray at the front, Ted. 7-2-44. The Bulldogs lead Collingwood 6-3-39 for St Overs.
There's a short pass there by Frawley. He's got Harvey. Gee, we'll take some calculated risk from the fullback kick in. Harvey goes short again, and he's got Burke.
A lot of loose players too.
Oh, is there ever? But this short game, gee, it annoys me. Burke plays on, gives a handball back here to the running Harvey. Harvey has one bounce and steadies, gives a handball over to Hollow, who steadies again and goes for the pass up to the forward line. Beautiful pass, and on the end of the lead was Fode. Now Fode steadies, he goes for a pass again down to the pocket. He's got a player loose, and it's easily been marked there by Pekin. And again, the Geelong defence is very, very ragged, Brian.
Yeah, you've got to say that, but gee, doesn't Harvey break a game up from that half-back line? A real dasher, the handball, the sprinting, the more handball, gets it into the forward line, all of a sudden a chance for St Kilda. He's really the nucleus of the side, I reckon, Harvey. Now, Pekin an opportunity for St Kilda.
Some 20 metres out, 15 to 20. Coming in, plenty of goal space there. He kicks at goal. He shouldn't, as you said, but the umpire down the other end at the end of the ground said he hasn't. It's full points to St Kilda again. Now this time we've got Riccardi off, and coming onto the ground down there is Malacalla. So yeah, strange moves on the fence by Geelong. Now the St Kilda scoreboard, 9-4-58, lead Geelong 4-6-30. That's on the James Officer Carpet scoreboard. And the time check here now, 10 minutes. We've just travelled into the second quarter. Beautiful sunshine. And of course, we're on K-Rock football from AFL Park.
And the Saints in front by 28 points here.
Yes, they are doing it easy.
O'Brien and Morris have got 2 for St Kilda. Ablett's got 3 for Geelong. We've moved up to the 10.5-minute mark of the second, and there's interference, or somebody's run across the line, and it'll be a free kick into the centre and go to the ruckman, and then that is Barnes on this occasion. Barnes kicks up to the half-forward line looking for Handley, but in front there is Shanahan, who takes the mark for St Kilda. He's got the football, and now we'll put it back out towards the... it's not Shanahan, it's Hollow. Boots it out to the centre wing position on outer side, where we see Harvey take it on the half volley. Handball back to Peckett. Peckett gives it back to Harvey on the outer wing. A left foot kick by Harvey up to the half forward line. Big Everett's there, got it on the boundary, gets a push. Did he get the free? Pushed him over the boundary line, and the big fellow has taken the football with him, and it's a throw in between wing and half forward flank, outer side St Kilda's scoring zone. Here's the throw in over towards the big fellow who couldn't get his hands out, the arms out to reach it, and there's Brown diving on the football across the half forward flank, and another ball up will take place. St Kilda by 28 points here. As we wait for the umpire, Garrett, to come in this time to bounce it. And it's umpire Trevor Garrett and Darren Goldspink in charge this afternoon here at AFL Park Waverley. Here's the bounce, and Big Barnes went up, but Everett's too tall, knocked it on. Here's Brown, who punched it further afield. Win went Burke, then Tudor went in too, pushed it out, but Harvey gets a handball back to McAdam. McAdam short to the forward line. Fode very quick off the mark in front of Darcy. Takes the mark, goes short. Here's another one loose on the forward line, and it's Harvey who marks it again. And Busey's man running back to meet him. So it wasn't his man, I don't think. He's on O'Brien.
No, Gary Hocking is actually on Harvey, and whilst he's getting some kicks himself, Harvey is the man that's
very
he's
loose.
doing it all. He's
What's
doing
Buse's stats?
Buse's stats, Ted, has had the 1 kick, a mark and 2 handballs, and this is Robert Harvey's 17th possession.
17th possession to Robert Harvey. 12 minutes into the second quarter as he comes in from 40 metres out. Harvey makes no mistake about it, puts it through for St Kilda's 10th goal for the afternoon. St Kilda going away again, 10-4-64, 34 points in front of Geelong, 4-6-30 on the James Officer carpet scoreboard.
John Dunn.
At Princes Park, Ted, Fitzroy 5-3-33 lead Carlton 4-5-29. And Footscray still in front, 7-2-44, Collingwood 6-3-39 for Synovus.
Yeah, this exceptional sportsman from an exceptional sporting family in Victoria, of course, the Harvey family, and he's doing them proud just at the moment.
And there's a bounce. It's an awkward looking one. It favours Barnes, and he thumps it at least 20 metres down the track. And out to meet it is Peckett. Tackle there by Lamb, and a chance here for Harvey again. He ducked his head, got a handball back to Peckett, and he handballs on to Burke. Burke goes for the short pass to Dwyer in the centre, and he has been paid the mark, and so he should. It was Couch who tried to offset him, but he held his ground and took the mark. Now he's tackled from behind. It's a second week in succession we've seen this, Brian. Yeah. There goes Peckett in there, takes the ball away for St Kilda, drives back to the half forward on, and the big fellow Everett's taken the mark. I've got to come back to that shortly. Now Everett again drives down to the half forward line, and a chance here for Hinkle. Darcy taking the mark, hits the ground, and a handball to McGrath. And he goes out towards the wing where Barnes from behind, but big Everett takes a mark and just strolls away from Barnes. A short pass is a beauty, and it's been marked by Shaw. Now Shaw is some 50 metres out from goal. Left half forward flank and kicking down to the freeway end. 10-4-64 St Kilda, Geelong 4-6-30, and just 14 minutes into the quarter. A short pass is on, looking for Lowe over his head. In goes McAdam. Steve Hocking is there and got away from McAdam. Drives the ball back around towards the big fellow in Everett, but it was Harvey who stood his ground and took the easiest of marks. Hocking comes in to jump on the mark as Harvey now 55 metres out from goal. Too far, Brian?
Yeah, far too far, but what an exceptional quarter by this player.
Yeah. He goes for the short pass. Here comes the lead from Fode, and Fode has accepted the mark, and he's 50 metres out from goal. So all they picked up there was 5 metres.
He's a lively forward, though, Ted, isn't he?
Well, he's very quick off the mark.
Yeah, and he's done exceptionally well. Leads well, a strong pair of hands and a good strong pair of legs. What do you got there, John?
At Victoria Park, Collingwood back in front, 8-5-53 now lead Footscray, 7-2-44 for Synovus.
What do you got, Dwayne?
Yes, Hawthorn have just lost their lead there, 5-2-32 to Melbourne, 5-4-34. At the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Short pass goes out when Neil, and the umpire's paid the mark here to Neil.
Yeah, it's a mark.
Yeah, it's a mark down there to Neil. He had a couple of chances, but he's pulled it in and has taken the mark. And Neil just grabs him the football, jumps up from the deck, and he's on the half-back line, or closer to the back pocket than the half-back flank, and he goes around towards the wing. Out there, we see Barnes coming in. He had a chance to mark it, dropped it. He recovers, gets a handball, goes to Big Everett, who gives a handball out towards Taylor. He's pushed to the deck, and the umpire's called play on.
Yep, and he's going to ball it up because there's no free kick there, he said. And it will be a ball up out on the half-forward flank, about 65, 70 metres away from goal for St Kilda. Just in from the boundary. There's the bounce. Barnes got a hand to it. No one to hit it to. Finally, he picks it up and handballs back to Hinkley. Hinkley kicks it left foot kick up to centre wing. Goes past Dwyer. He's offloaded Dwyer. This allows St Kilda to come in this time, and it looks like it's Peckett, it is, who drives it short to Harvey, who marks again. Harvey gets it on his right foot. Short passes to Pekin. Pekin on the point of the square at half forward. Into the full forward position looking for McAdam. Held his opponent out with one hand, put the other one out, and grabbed the mark. Magic mark. Oh, what a beauty.
Oh, what a beauty. There's no doubt about it. Should be on a Toyota ad, that mark. It was a sensational, not sensational in the way that he jumped in the air, but it's certainly one of the classic catches. You can put that one down
Showed
for
a bit
the
of
air,
skill,
lads.
Brian.
Marvellous mark. And let's wait for McAdam to go back and take his kick.
16.5 minutes into the second quarter here on the James Officer Carpet scoreboards. And, of course, we're on relay to 6NR in Western Australia. And Geelong are trailing St Kilda here. Geelong are 4-6-30. And they trail St Kilda 10-4-64 on the James Officer Carpet scoreboard.
Gilbert McAdam, 20 metres out directly in front of goal. 16.5 minutes in. Shoots in towards goal from only 20 metres out. And he has put it through for 1 point from 20 metres out.
O'Reilly on the ground and Barnes is off for Geelong.
Shocking miss by Gilbert McAdam. The Saints by 35 points here at the park as Darcy's about to put the ball back into play. He goes short to Steve Hocking, who marks, and handballs back to Darcy, who's going to be met by Everett. He's collared, but he got a handball out to the open spaces on half-back. That wasn't good defensive football. St Kilda's dive on it, but McGrath's been tripped and gets the free kick across the half-back line, and Geelong get out of trouble. Here's McGrath's kick out to the members' side. Brown's underneath it. Backing back there is Shaw, but Brown's taken the mark on half-back flank on members' side, and he's looking for a lead further afield. He's got one on centre wing, and he got the call from Neil. Knocked down by Harvey. Neil's grabbed, tried to run away, gets his kick in under pressure, but the umpire says you're caught in position. Robert Harvey take another position, and Peter Pearson will tell you how many.
Robert Harvey now here. Coming up. Robert Harvey's about to play on. He gives a handball this time over towards the running Winmar. Winmar steadies. Gee, it looked like a drop kick that, but it was a hell of a good-looking kick. Thumped away there by Darcy. Into the arms of Steve Hocking, a handball. Intercepted there by O'Brien. It's over for a throw-in.
Yeah, it epitomises the two sides too, Ted. O'Brien had a lot of tenacity about spoiling that ball, knocking it over. Geelong just haven't got that extra little bit at the minute.
Boundary umpire right forward pocket at the freeway end. Puts it back in there, and Morris was pushed from behind by Handley. It was a push, and it was a free kick. It was an obvious one.
It's within kicking distance.
Well within kicking distance. Peter, I didn't hear those stats yet on Harvey, sorry.
Harvey, that was, it was going to be a kick, Ted, but he did handball it, so he's had 9 handballs and 12 kicks, 21 possessions. Now,
let's have a look at this. Morris. He's kicked one, hasn't he?
2.
2 goals to Morris. Coming in for his third from about 30 metres out. 45-degree angle. Plenty of deliberation about this shot. Morris, the former Hawthorn player, fires at goal. And it comes around, and the umpire said he doesn't worry about it too much because it hit the post. 1 point the result. Geelong struggling. 4-6-30. St Kilda 10-6-66. And Darcy with the football. What's he going to do? What about kicking the rotten thing long instead of all these short passes? There he goes, puts it in short again towards Steve Hocking, who takes a mark. They're not getting anywhere with these type of kicks, Brian. This play, and Hocking this time decides to go long down the centre of the ground. Couch in the middle of the sandwich, back to Harvey, a handball out. Couch coming in, trying to pick up his third kick. If he can grab it, he's got it. And he will swing back onto his left boot, kick number 3. For the Brownlow medalist, driving it down towards half forward. Gary Abbott missed it, but used his body well. And in he goes, stuck the boot in there. And that was courageous play there by that boy Taylor, as we watch Harvey get a handball out to Dwyer. Missed it on the half volley. There goes Riccardi through the pack. Into an open goal. He fires full points, Geelong.
Well, he's spent his time in Coventry during a part of this game. He had a shocking first quarter on Winmar, Riccardi. But now he's been sent back in to do a mission, and I think the mission might be Harvey. I think that's his tagging role as of now. However, he's become offensive, and he's got a goal as well, and that was a nice goal to catch.
I think the interpretation of the rules stink. Now, we saw last week down at Geelong, or wherever we were, with Bairstow, when he got a kick in hand, it was nothing.
Yeah, right.
There's a kick by Abbott. No free kick.
Yeah, the slipper was
exactly
there,
the same thing. My word it was.
G. Hocking was off the bench, off on the bench temporarily, but looks as though he's going to come back on.
30 points they lead by now, St Kilda.
Here's the bounce. It's won by Big Handley. Knocked it out in the direction of Tudor. Tudor handballs right into the centre to Malachellis. Malachellis drives up the centre half forward for Geelong, and up goes the player Lamb and takes the mark on the 50-metre line. Gee, we've got somebody with a big loud voice out the window there, Jack. You'll have to watch the microphone with him. Here's Lamb driving it up towards the behind post. It's very close to the boundary line. It's knocked over, and it's a throw in the forward pocket out of side near the behind post.
Scott is off the ground for Geelong. G. Hocking is back on.
And it's a throw in, only 20, oh, not 20, only about 10 metres away from Geelong's goals. right near the behind post, outer side. Knocked down this time for St Kilda by Lowe. Goes down to the ground. Player scoop on it. Is Riccardi coming out of the pack with another snap in towards goal. And Peter has put it through for another one. Peter Riccardi's kicked his second. And Geelong get their 6. They're 6-6-42. And they're trailing St Kilda 10-6-66. The margin reduced to 24 points.
Dwayne Russell.
Yes, 16 minutes gone in the second quarter here at the MCG, and the Grinter has just kicked his second goal to give Melbourne back their lead. They're 6-4-40, 2 points in front of Hawthorn, 6-2-38, and that's the St Kilda side of it.
John Dunn.
At Princes Park, it's Carlton 6-6-42, lead Fitzroy 6-4-40 for St Overs.
Now back in the centre here, it's 10-6-66 St Kilda, Geelong 6-6-42. St Kilda having a little bit of a nap here as the Cats have got a couple of quick goals. Time to pull yourself back out of it, you St Kilda players, as a bounce takes place, and there's Lowe in the ruck, got it down, good ruck work, down towards Dwyer, who takes it, kicks it very high in the air. Morris showing a lot of courage there. No mark, has thumped away, in they go again. There goes Bairstow, drives the ball down to Ablett, who's taken the mark, and he's a good 70 metres out from goal. What's he doing there? How would I know? He drives the ball right down to the full forward position, and they fly. A chance there for O'Reilly. O'Reilly has the football, gets it out here towards Couch. A left foot snap by Couch to goal. Looks good. Umpire said it is good, and that's the third for the quarter to the Cats.
And after such lethargy for 20 minutes of the second quarter, they've snapped right out of it, the Cats, and Riccardi pinged 2. Couch has been unsighted. He now has been, and he's now in the record books because he's got a goal. And all of a sudden they're on fire again. Bairstow's giving them a bit of drive. Ablett's been moved out to centre half forward, and O'Reilly has gone to full forward. So the moves, some of them at least, have paid off.
And don't fool yourself, speed kills. 10-6-66 St Kilda, Geelong 7-6-48.
Here's the bounce in the centre, favours the big fellow Lowe, but Handley got in and punched on by Riccardi, up towards Frawley, offloaded, lost the football, handball to Hinkley. Hinkley handballs to Ablett, Ablett's 45 out, lines up the big steps and shoots into Warren's goal, 1 point. A point to Gary Ablett, 7-7-49. They're 17 points behind St Kilda, 10-6-66 Bushy.
Must have been very close because the good judges behind the post wall went up in anticipation of a goal.
There's the kick out, a long one out to half-back line where it's been marked by Kane Taylor of the Saints. And Taylor comes away, has a bounce, puts it on his right boot and drives along the edge of the square to centre wing where Mansfield comes out and takes a mark. Handballs across the edge of the square at half-back here towards Buse, who runs into the centre. Buse has one bounce, he's dead centre. He drives up to the half-forward line now. Up to the 50-metre line she comes. Nathan Burke gets it. Handballs out in front of him. Kicks it along the ground to centre wing members' side. In they go. Picked up this time by Shaw of St Kilda. Shorts it out to O'Brien on centre wing. He takes it on the half volley. 1 bounce. 2 bounces running up towards the 50-metre line. 3 bounces within 50. 45 out. Fires in towards goal. Might have been touched right on the line there. And it was. And that was good defensive play by Steve Hocking. But St Kilda have got to be behind. It deserved a goal. 10-7-67 St Kilda. Geelong 7-7-49, and the Saints lead by 3 goals.
Darcy goes for the short pass to McGrath. He accepts it in the back pocket on the outer side. He kicks long looking for Handley. He accepts the mark in front of Lowe, and Handley fancies himself for a bit of speed. 1 bounce and gets around Lowe and kicks long. Knocked away by Shanahan over the boundary line. Close here? Yes, it is. On wing, the outer side and the throw-in will take place. 7-7-49 Geelong to St Kilda, 10-7-67.
James opposite carpet scoreboard.
Boundary umpire set to throw it in. It's in the air. Handley brings the ball down with him now. Gets away from Big Everett and decides to give a handball to Hinkley, who wasn't prepared for it, but he took it and drives it to centre half forward. Out comes Gary Hocking. Tackle here by Burke. Hocking gets around and kicks it high in the air. Down there where they set and they fly. Thumped away there by Shanahan to Malacallis. Handball to Lamb, and it's another goal, Geelong. A dribbler. A little dribbler it was, and the scoreboard looking more healthy here now for Geelong as they move along to 8-7-55. St Kilda 10-7-67. John Dunn.
At Princes Park, it's Fitzroy 7-5-47, lead Carlton 6-8-48. Victoria Park, Collingwood 10-6-66.
And
lead Footscray 7-5-47 for St Overs.
Buse is off the ground. Scott is back on for Geelong.
12 points the margin after St Kilda led by 36.
And we're 25.5 minutes into the second quarter, and McAdams off the ground. And on
Comes Anderson. There's the bounce in the centre, and Big Handley's up there, but he's beaten by Everett, who gets it down the direction of Hinkley. Tackled by Dwyer. Handballed it away. Goes to Harvey, who puts it on his right foot and shorts it to Dean Anderson, who marks it and plays on. Back to Nathan Burke with handball. Burke in towards centre half forward. The Saints need a goal to consolidate a bit, but McGrath's there. A tower of strength in defence has taken the mark at half-back. Tim McGrath, half-back here, centre half-back for Geelong. And Geelong kicking to the Wellington Road end in this second quarter as McGrath puts it out to the members' wing. Knocked away from Ablett. Down to the ground. Ablett recovers. Tackled by Winmar. He's kicked it over the boundary on the full when tackled. And it's a free kick to St Kilda skipper Danny Frawley on members' wing. Frawley now. And on his first kick, Peter.
Yep.
Frawley's first kick here. He kicks up to the half-forward line. Knocked off the pack by McGrath. Down to Dwyer. Dwyer, 65 out. Kicks in looking for Fode. Oh, this time it's a strong mark. Taken by Darcy, who got a whack in the jaw as he took it. Gets back to his feet with the football. Runs into a St Kilda player. Takes the ball to the outer side. Looking for Gary Hocking, who marks 45 metres away from St Kilda's goal. He goes out to the outer wing position now. Up they fly there. Hinkley knocked it away from Taylor. Morris backs up for St Kilda on the point of the square. He goes short to Dwyer, who takes it on the half volley. Gets his balance again. Handballs out to Shaw. Shaw's 45 metres out. A left foot kick, and it's gone through for a minor score to the Saints, who lead by 13 points. 8-8-56. St Kilda, sorry, check that. St Kilda 10-8-68. Geelong 8-7-55.
Darcy goes short again down the middle of the ground to McGrath, who's doing well in defence there on the half-back line. Accepts the mark for Geelong and slows down proceedings. Now he goes backwards with a handball to Darcy, trying to break up play around the member stand side. The ball travels, and a chance there for Brown. And coming at the lens support is also Lamb. They overrun the football. This allows Lowe to get in there. A blind turn, a handball over towards Anderson. He couldn't control it. There they go. Riccardi scoops it up beautifully, puts it under his left boot and travels out towards O'Reilly. Thumped away, and there the little fella Couch with a handball to the open spaces. O'Reilly now has the football on centre wing, steadies down, puts it onto his left boot and goes long down towards Gary Ablett. Oh, he had it, lost it, picked up by Couch. He was in the back, but he's playing a free kick to Ablett, is he?
Yep, held.
He's playing a free kick to Gary Ablett, about 35 to 45 metres out from goal. Gee whiz, I don't know about that one.
Yep.
Hey, Brian, did you have a good look at it?
Yeah, too right, I did.
Well, I naturally know you had a good look at it, but what were your thoughts about it?
No doubt about it. It was a free kick. All he had was eyes for the ball. He was using his super strength against Frawley. He was stronger than Frawley on that occasion, and I reckon he earned it. I just think the umpire was slow in giving it.
3 kicks, Ablett's three goals, I should say, his kick so far as he comes in. Runs very close to the man on the mark on this occasion. And the umpire and the crowd indicate that he's missed it. Gee, he did run very close to the man on the mark, and it's gone through for 1 point only. Now, the time check in the second quarter here, it reads 28.5 minutes in. St Kilda 10-8-68, 8-8-56 Geelong. There's the ball to the outer side, and it's a mark out here to Dwyer. Dwyer now on the half-back line for St Kilda, looking downfield for an option. He kicks it very high in the air, and they go out in the wing. Where's Morris is out there, and so is Brown. Brown flying from behind, had a chance, and it comes back to Shaw. Handballs over to the speedy Winmar. He handballs to himself, and he may have run over the boundary line. I think he did. And the umpire will throw it back in on centre wing, the outer side. Brilliant sunshine here. Great conditions, Brian, for football.
Oh, glorious. And if you're viewing it from the outer side of the ground there, you're basking in Victorian sunshine.
Now the boundary umpire has the football. The ruckman are ready. It's O'Reilly against Hollow. Jockeying for positions, and the big Hollow brought it down with him. He tried to get a handball, was taken away by Gary Hocking. It goes out towards Riccardi, gets a handball out to O'Reilly, who drives a goal down the end of the ground, and it goes through for 1 point only. Down to the Wellington end of the ground. That's what I was looking for, and it's another point to 2 Geelong. Slowly but surely they're getting back into the business here. 8-9-57 to St Kilda, 10-8-68. Now, football. Last line is Frawley going to the outer side.
He drives it out deep, out towards the boundary line she goes. Big Handy got a hand to it. Everett had it, been knocked away by Gary Hocking, who dives on the football, tried to handball it out. Winmar lost it, had it and lost it. Up goes Handley again. Handballs over his head into no man's land. Burke got the handball out to Winmar, who's loose. Winmar's got time to steady. Long handball to the wing position. Gets it out there. It looks like it's Shaw again. Shaw on the left boot into the half-forward position, off the hands of the pack, and Darcy flicks it over the boundary line for a throw-in in St Kilda's forward pocket on the outer side. St Kilda at 10-8-68. Geelong are 8-9-57 in this quarter. Geelong have kicked 5 goals, 6, and St Kilda have kicked 2-5. Throw in 40 metres away from goal here for St Kilda. Might be their last chance to score in this second quarter as Big Low went it, thumped it out towards Hinkley on half-back. Hinkley boots it out to the outer wing position. Winmar's there in front of Neild. Brings the ball away from Neild. Punches it out, gives Harvey a chance at it. Harvey gets away from his opponent Riccardi. Gets away from Neild. Cat and mouse. Harvey handballs it to Winmar along the ground. Winmar on his right foot. Up to half forward. Lowe's in front of McGrath. Low one-handed mark is a clever one. And on the 50-metre line, he's marked it about 2 metres in from the boundary. Half forward, outer side. Wellington Road, a freeway end. He shoots in towards goal. Off the hands of the pack. It's knocked down. Little Scott's there in front of the pack. So too is Shaw. Taken here by O'Brien and a snap. But the umpire's blowing the whistle and will give a free kick to Robert Scott.
Free kick he will in the last line down there. And the time now is 31.5 minutes into the second quarter. And of course, it's been a big quarter for Geelong to get back into the game the way they have. And my friend Bushy Tail will have plenty to say about this at half-time, I feel sure.
Oh, would.
Free kick to Robert Scott in the last line. Time getting away for the Cats here to get another goal before the siren sounds. He goes to the outer side. Hinkley in the front flies. No mark. There's siren. Siren for the end of the second quarter here now at AFL Park, and the scoreboard reads, and of course that's the James Officer Cup scoreboard. It reads St Kilda at 10-8-68. They lead Geelong 8 goals 9-57. Here we go for the start of the third quarter here now at AFL Park on K-Rock Football Capital Building Society scoreboard, and St Kilda lead by 11 points. Can the Cats get back into it? Can the Saints go on? The bounce is down and Hanley's in the ruck, and he got up, was taken away by Everett. Down however to Riccardi. He got a hurried kick in down towards half forward. There they go. Hollow has a football for St Kilda. A long handball over towards Pekin with a handball over the top to Everett. He steadies. He's just inside the square. Goes down looking for Morris down there. Oh, he almost had the mark, but it's Fode who chips in for St Kilda. Gives a handball over to the running Anderson. Into an open goal. He travels. Full points St Kilda.
Oh, what a quick one. And he went down like a pack of cards
down
after he kicked the ball too, so that may well have been a free afterwards. That's not even going to
look at the umpire. Why didn't you give us a comment on him? He is down.
Goalspink. He's the one that threw his arms out there.
Well, you better talk about him. You're
the
friend. Now, you'll remember they used to Brushy, I think, might even nicknamed him Candles Goalspink after he went down there once in the finals and spread his arms out. Well, he's gone down this time, and let me tell you, he's in a fair bit of pain. Winded. George Clark, the head trainer of Geelong, out to him, but I'm sure he'll recover, Bushy.
Oh, that's good. How did that happen?
I don't know. We were all watching the flight of the ball, so he's obviously crashed into one of the players afterwards.
All right, now let's settle down here and get some sanity back into the call. The umpire looks to be okay. He's hobbling back towards the centre.
Well, the emergency blokes pick on the mark. He's ready to come on.
Do they ever? They'll have to get into it, don't they? Now, let's have a look at this. The umpire's coming back to the centre, jogging around backwards and forwards, and everything is set again. Scoreboard 11-8-74 St Kilda, Geelong 8-9-57. 1.5 minutes into the third quarter we've travelled on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. Bounce. And it favours Big Everett, but how yes, and Everett won the tap. Beautiful ruck work into the arms of Burke, and Burke breaks from the centre, goes for home, down looking for Fode, knocked away by Darcy, but Fode comes back, hooks it over his left shoulder. A chance, will it bounce through? I think it has.
Off break.
Oh, and it's a beautiful shot by Fode, straight through for another goal to St Kilda. What's that? He's kicked two. Yep. Is that a 23-point lead?
Yep.
I think it is. It is, of course. And we're only just 2 minutes into the third quarter. It's 12-8-80 St Kilda, Geelong 8 goals 9-57.
An off break that Tim May would be proud of, that one, and it bounced St Kilda's way. Fode, a good full forward this afternoon. Not a big bag of goals, but very lively. So much so that Plugger might struggle to get back into that spot.
Oh, cut it out, Bushy. 2 minutes into the third. Couch coming on back onto the ground again. Only 2 minutes into the third quarter as umpire Garrett comes in to bounce it in the centre. After Goldspink went down for the compulsory 8 count. Here's the bounce in the centre, and then it's Big Handley punching it out the centre. In they go, very hard St Kilda. As a handball came out that time to Kane Taylor from David Grant. Kane Taylor kicks out to the edge of the square, punched on by Anderson on the outer wing. In goes Steve Hocking trying to pick up the football. Dwyer's behind him. He dived on the football. No free kick given, and the umpire will ball it up on the outer wing with the Saints by 23 points.
There's a few Geelong players too, Brian, have gone AWOL today.
Yes, there are. And
still on the ground.
Yep, that's right.
Here's the bounce coming up on the centre wing position. 2 quick goals to St Kilda opening minutes. As there's the bounce, Low knocked it out to Buse, who had the football and was held to in, the umpire said, and a ball up across the half forward line about 10 metres away from the edge of the square for the St Kilda side.
I don't know what's up to this Busey either. Something's missing from his game. He's limping too, bro, Peter.
There's the bounce here. It's an awkward one. Lowe gets his fist to it, gives it across to Shaw, who kicked it over his head about 1/8 of a metre. It didn't travel very far at all. They dive on top, but Pekin's on the bottom of the pack. Had to push it out. One under pressure. Bairstow grabbed it. Handballed across half back to Tim McGrath. McGrath goes into the centre square. Big Everett's in front. You can't outmark this guy. And he's marked it in front of O'Reilly. He puts it on his left boot. Goes up to the half-forward line to Mick Dwyer. Dwyer's got the football. Turns on the left foot. Goes short. Here's the man out in front, Fode. Knocked out of his hands by Darcy, or a mark, he said. He's paid the mark.
Yes, I would have paid it.
Yep. Darcy came in a fraction late, and Gordon Foder's got it. And he's 50 metres out from goal on the half-forward flank members' side, kicking to the Wellington Road end. He's kicked 2.
That familiar role for Andrew Abuse now. He's off the ground and couch on.
Well, there you are. He's, as soon as you talk about him, he's off the ground. But
and Geelong a trail by 23 points.
11 kicks to Gordon Fode this afternoon. 2 goals, 3 to his credit. He's on...
yeah. Saw that, Brian.
65 to 70 degree angle. There's a bit of a blue on there in the forward line between O'Brien and Darcy and Bairstow. But back with Fode. He's 50 metres out. He lines up the big sticks on his right foot. He shoots in towards goal. It's gone across the face of goal near the behind post. And it will be through for a minor score to St Kilda, who lead by 24 points or 4 goals. St Kilda, 12 goals, 9, 81. Geelong, 8, 9, 57 on the Capital Building Society's score.
On relay to 6-0 Western Australia, K-Rock this afternoon. Now Darcy has the football in the last line. Bringing it around the member stand side. Yes, he does. Looking out there for Hanley. And Big Everett in from behind. Thumps the ball to the open spaces. In goes Bairstow. Oh, O'Brien showed a lot of courage too there. Went between the legs of one player in Couch. And Couch got a handball back to Bairstow. Hits centre wing. An awkward bounce. And here comes Scott. First on the scene for Geelong. Kicked it off the ground. And Winmar had a chance. But Scott beat them all. And now he's lost it. Play on as a call. Out they come the meter. And it was Grant taken away with Taylor. Got it over Shanahan now with the football. Into the centre of the ground. Thumped away by Hinkley. Kicked off the ground by Dwyer. Steve Hocking had a chance. And ricochets off an opponent's body to Pekin. Pekin to Anderson. Anderson can't pick up the football. Now he taps it further over towards his teammate Harvey. Harvey handballs to O'Brien. And O'Brien kicks. And O'Brien goals for St Kilda.
Anderson hurt for St Kilda.
And that's goal number 3 to O'Brien. And they lead by, what, 30 points, do they? Yep. 30-point lead now to St Kilda. And boy, have they ripped away to a quick start in this quarter.
They sure have, and a good finisher is O'Brien. He's the sort of guy that's very handy to have in your side because he doesn't miss the ones that after a big passage of play. And the only reason St Kilda got that is they were more desirous of the ball. There's no doubt. They just fought harder on the ground. Pekin was pushing it ahead. All these other guys doing very well.
Now, don't fool yourself. Speed kills.
Yep, now very desirous point. So much Anderson put his arm out to punch it, got kicked in the shoulder. That was his injury. The bounce is an awkward one. Neither ruckman got their hand to it. Down to the ground it goes. Picked up by Damon Shaw. Kicks out wide to the wing on outer side for St Kilda. In goes Dwyer. Had a chance to pick it up. Overran the football and lost it. Gee, it looked bad, but anyhow, it's been picked up by McGrath. Kicks to the half-forward flank where O'Reilly outmarks his opponent there in hollow. This is O'Reilly now going in towards the forward line, looking for Ablett, who dives for it. It fell a fraction short for Ablett. In go the Saints through Packet. Handballs out to Frawley. Frawley handballs out to the half-back line to Harvey, pursued by Ablett. He gets away, gets a kick to centre half-back to Nathan Burke, and Burke marks it for St Kilda at centre half-back. He's 50 metres out from goal for the Geelong side, Burke. He goes short into the centre because he got the call from the possession getter in Harvey, and Harvey's marked the football.
Great player.
Just works hard, that's all.
Good player.
Yeah, very mobile. Harvey, kick number 15 coming up for this player. Kicks out towards the edge of the square, towards half-forward. Lowe's in front of McGrath and marks the footy. Stuart Lowe across the half-forward line. 65 metres out for the Saints. Kicks it high in the air to the forward zone once more. Up goes O'Brien and takes the mark. Good mark taken here by Craig O'Brien, who's kicked 3 for St Kilda, and a promising young player is this boy.
And Bushy, you put a big rap on him.
Yeah, and it's paying off too because he's got that desire. Him and Bairstow are having a little bit of a waltz to places there a while ago, but he's come off the better of the two. Bairstow on the mark.
O'Brien's kicked 3 for St Kilda. He's 40 metres out directly in front of the Wellington Road end. Couple of paces.
Yes.
Shoots in towards goal. Full points. Craig O'Brien's got 4. St Kilda have got 14-9, 93. He's 36 points again, Ted, in front of Geelong, 8-9, 57.
He's not a newcomer, Ted. He's an ex-Essendon player.
That's right. Yes. John Dunn.
At the Victoria Park, Collingwood 13-11-89, well in front of Footscray 7-7-49. At Princes Park, Fitzroy 10-6-66. Lead Carlton 7-8-50 for St Overs.
I don't have little Dwayne Russell, do I? No, I don't, so I'll come back to him later. 14 goals, 9, 93 St Kilda. Geelong, 8 goals, 9, 57. And, of course, that's on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. In the centre, Ruckman, as the bounce takes place, and Hanley gets up and beaten by Everett, pointless. In goes Nathan Burke with a handball to Dwyer, gives a handball after a beautiful blind turn, comes back to Everett, handball to Dwyer. Dwyer down to Fode, and Fode has taken a mark. Yes, would like a little sip of water there. So Fode now plays on right down into the goal square, and a chance for a goal here. No, touched on the way through there by McGrath. That was a pretty good effort too, Brian, wasn't it?
It was, and a good effort by McGrath too to lunge and just get the fingernails onto the ball, but really Fode is very lively up there in full forward.
McGrath's run off, and then he's handballed out to Bairstow. Little kick, Bairstow on the edge of the square, tackled, breaks the tackle. This is dangerous defensive play, but he's got the kick out towards Mansfield, who's marked on the 50-metre line. Steps around Shaw. A left foot kick in towards the centre of the ground. A lovely kick by Mansfield. Knocked off the hands of the pack. In they go. Winmar tackled beautifully by Scott. Lost the football. Could have been a free for in the back, but not paid.
2 players warming up for Geelong.
And it'll be a ball up in the centre square.
Buse and Barnes.
With St Kilda leading by 37 points on the Capital Building Society scoreboard, moving up to the 10-minute mark.
Yes, 10 minutes in.
Here's the big fellow O'Reilly, palming it out to Tudor. Tudor gave a handball out towards Hinkley. Handball down to the ground, then picks it up and handballs to Neal, who's caught by Pekin. No free kick. Neal goes in again. Gets a handball out of the pack to Malacallis, and Turney gives it to Gary Hocking. 50 out, 45 out. Hocking in towards goal, but well offline, and a minor score to Geelong at the 10-minute mark, and that's their first score for the quarter.
Dwayne Russell.
Yes, only 1 point been scored since half-time here at the MCG in Melbourne. A 7-8-50, trailing Hawthorn by 2 points, 8-4-52.
Who's coming up, Brian?
Handley's off and Barnes is on.
And the other one?
Nothing yet. Buse still warming
There's
up.
the kick in there by the big fullback in Frawley, and it's been marked by Everett. Everett now on the half-back line. Puts it onto his left boot, and he goes to centre wing. Looking down there for O'Brien. Oh, gee whiz. Uncontested, that mark for O'Brien. He has a bounce and settles down onto the wing. Drives it deep down to the full forward position. Morris is there. Barnes from behind into his back. A stupid free kick to give away right in front of goal. He's only about 20 metres out, directly in front.
Can we just go back to the interchange move there?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, Everett was over there taking a mark on his own. We've got the Ruckman running off the ground, so there's one off. No Ruckman manning up.
And it happened in Adelaide too a couple of weeks ago. Remember, with Wren and that bone. Yeah,
the second free kick Barnes is given away.
Well, come on, why are they doing it? You should know. You live down there.
They're getting a bit rattled, and the other one is
you're
Bairstow.
rattled.
I'm not rattled.
You
at
are
all.
rattled. Why don't you admit it?
And this isn't a certainty either. Bairstow's off the ground for the listeners that want to know, and Buse is
in goes Morris. He fires at the big sticks, and this is no what?
Oh, it wasn't. It is now.
Yeah, I'll say it is.
Oh, look at it.
And it's straight through the centre for another one to St Kilda. They're moving away. 15 goals, 10, 100. And they lead Geelong 8 goals, 10, 58. It's 11.5 minutes now into the third quarter on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. And off the ground again is Malacallis, and on the ground goes Bairstow. How long was he off?
1 minute.
With musical chairs, is it, Bushy?
Well, there's nothing smart about that one, I don't think. If you're going to take him off because O'Brien's beating him, then Bairstow should stay off for a while, you would have thought. But no, 30 seconds later, he's back on, and Malacallis off.
Very dramatic there by the bounce, and Barnes gets up, and it was Everett beat him down to Burke. A kick over his shoulder into the arms now of Hinkley.
Hinkley marks it in the square for Geelong. Left foot kick up to the half-forward line. He goes, up went the St Kilda defender there, Taylor, and took a great mark across the half-back line, Kane Taylor. He plays on because a man's loose in the square as Pekin. He takes the handball, and handball's out to Peckett, who has 1 bounce, 2 bounces, runs out to the members' wing, 3 bounces, running away from Robert Scott. He puts it on his left foot, drives up to the half-forward line. Fode, under pressure, and a great mark by Fode, buffeting from Darcy, but Fode very strong, very quick, and has marked the football, Gordon Fode, and he's got a couple of goals to his credit this afternoon.
Yeah, that Scott's supposed to be quick, but that little bloke Peckett ran away from him.
Yeah, here's Fode, 50 metres out, shooting in towards goal for the Saints, but he's offline. He's missed a few. And
he's what?
Has he missed this, or he's put it through? He's missed
for 1 point.
Yeah, gee, you scared the daylights out of me. Strong. 15 goals, 11, 101 St Kilda. They're 43 points up on Geelong, 8-10-58 on the Capital Building Society scoreboard, and we're 12.5 minutes into the third quarter as McGrath goes short to Steve Hocking in the back pocket on the outer side of the ground. And he marks the football and plays on, brings it around the boundary line to the halfback. Winmar went up Could have been a free, not paid. Would have been a spectacular mark if he took it. Neil gets a kick along the ground to centre wing where Bairstow's there. Bairstow buffeting his way through the pack. Got a handball out, but it ricocheted off an opponent. Back to Bairstow. A little short kick out to the edge of the square. In goes Peake, and kicked off the ground by Dwyer. At the half forward, taken here by Mansfield. Tackle. Nearly pulled his short. Gave a handball to Riccardi. A shocker. Riccardi lost it, but Mansfield gets out of the pack cleverly again. A left foot kick by Michael Mansfield to centre half forward, but a good mark and defence by Chris Hollow of St Kilda across the half back line for the Saints.
And he plays on, coming around the members' stand side, looking for the big fellow Morris. Can't find him. Anderson chips in, the former Hawk. Steadies, drives from the wing to half forward, and Neil sets to fly. Thumped away into the arms of O'Brien, who goes for goal again. It's an awkward looking kick off target, heading for the boundary line. Darcy set sail after the football, and he tapped that through for a point, didn't he?
Yep.
What's happened here? He hasn't. Yes, he has indicated the point now, the umpire. He could have taken it over the boundary line.
Yeah, could have run it through, but didn't.
Of course he
now Ablett's been called away from full forward, and it looks like O'Reilly going to full forward. So
well, where's number 5 going?
Centre half forward.
Now from the full
Fire
back.
him up a bit.
Darcy bringing the ball back into play around the members' stand side. Now Peake and set. Barnes is there. No mark into the arms of Morris. He can't get rid of the football. Good decision, and the umpire's going to bounce. So O'Reilly to full forward. Yes, so he should. Get away from there. He's too slow down the other position where we've been playing him. In the ruck and around the half-forward line. There's a bounce. Now, going in to do the battle is Big Barnes, who wins the tap here. Goes out to that plow. Harvey running through. Got tackle without the football. Umpires call play on. They're not going in very hard here, as we see breaking away. Whoop. Steve Hocking lost his Dax. And out they come. Hinckley sockles the ball off the ground. In they come again. Winmar swoops on the football. Gives a handball over to Burke. Knocked away by Bairstow. In comes Scott. Gathers it. Tackled by Winmar again. In possession. Play on. Ablett has it. Tackle. Gets away with his strength. Has a bounce and darts. Puts it onto his left boot. Up towards full forward they fly. And a mark to be taken by Brown. And he's paying the mark, yes.
Yes, there was one there. And Brown, who's been ordered to the boundary line in the fact that he's not allowed to crowd out Ablett, has got one of his few touches for the day. It must be a bit disconcerting for these guys that they have to spend all the time right out of the play and just swoop in occasionally. This is done on that occasion, and he can put himself into the statistics.
30 metres out directly in front of goal. Barnes, he lays back on this shot for goal, and the umpire said it is through for full points Geelong. Boy, did they need it. Yes, John.
At Princess Park, Carlton 10-10-70, lead Fitzroy 10-7-67 for St Opus.
Gee whiz, that's a close one too. What about Collingwood?
At Collingwood 13-11-89, lead Footscray 8-8-56.
Gee, they're struggling too for survival out there, the old Bulldogs. Well, a loss to the Bulldogs will get rid of them from the finals, I feel sure, wouldn't they, Peter? In the
yeah, they won't make it, Ted.
No, all right, and probably Geelong if they get rolled here this afternoon. Yes or no, they won't make the finals, I wouldn't think, Geelong. In the centre of the ground, the umpire bounces. And it favours Barnes. He sits underneath it, thumps it backwards. He could have taken that down with him, but chipping in his tail, he gets a hurried kick. And it's almost a free kick over there, not paid, but the umpire watches as we see Gary Hocking force his way through the pack and give a long handball out. There goes Scott, tackled by Winmar, lost possession. Neil goes in, tackle, but he struck him off and gave a handball over to Scott again. Left foot kick by that player, and a good mark in defence by David Grant.
Yep, Grant's got the football over the half-back line for St Kilda, goes out for a short pass to Everett. Everett marks it, handballs onto Kane Taylor, handballs into the centre to Hollow, who's tackled by O'Reilly and lost the football. In the circle she goes. Punched out. Bairstow dives on it. Tudor's in there trying to scoop it out. Coming out of the pack there. Oh, the Saints can't get it out. Hollow's in there. He ducks his head and smothers up the football, Chris Hollow. And it stacks on the middle in the centre for a ball up with the 38-point margin here to the St Kilda.
And 17 minutes into the third quarter, it's K-Rock football from AFL Park on relay to 6NR in Western Australia.
5 goals for this quarter, the Saints, and Geelong 1 goal, 1. There's the bounce in the centre, knocked away for St Kilda, down towards the Steve Hocking though. Hocking comes away on the right foot, kicks it up to centre half forward for the Cats. Up they go. There's O'Reilly, knocked away from O'Reilly. Peckett comes out with the football across half back. Tackle, lost the football, scooping it up as Ablett. 45 out, runs to 40, kicks in towards goal, low trajectory kick, and hits the woodwork. 1 point.
Dwayne Russell.
14 minutes played here in the third quarter. Sorry, the MCG in Melbourne are 8-9-57, trailing Hawthorn 10-6-66 for St Ova's Vitamins.
37 points the margin here in favour of St Kilda. 9-11-65 Geelong, 15-12-102 St Kilda. Ablett running in towards goal, hit the post, and it's got to be a kick out from the full back, and it's Harvey to do the kicking in from full back this time, and he comes out, goes short, and he's got the call here, and it's David Grant who's marked it across the back line. Grant it is for St Kilda, on the bench for the most of the first half of the game. And on the field in this third quarter, we've played 18 minutes as Grant takes it out to the half-back flank position once more. Off the hands of the pack. Dwyer roving the packs, goes in with Mansfield. Mansfield gets the sit in the front position, grab the footy, breaks the tackle. Handballs to Gary Hocking. Hocking has a bounce. Handballs to Riccardi. Riccardi trying to get around Harvey. Tackled. Handball to himself. Handballs backwards this time. Gives it back in towards Steve Hocking. Hocking kicks to half forward for Geelong. It's all St Kilda. No one can take the mark. One man, Ablett, tried. In goes Burke. A handball out to Winmar. Dashing out of the pack. Runs into the centre square. Winmar. A right foot kick high in the air. Up to the half forward line once more. Falls into the arms of Buse, who runs away with a football. Tackled. Handball to Hinkley. Hinkley's got it. Goes one way. Goes back the other. Between two St Kilda players. Shorts into the centre square. Marked by Gary Hocking, who kicks long into the forward line. Brown a diving attempt for mark. And he's taken it in front of Jamie Shanahan. Paul Brown. 45 metres out from goal, directly in front virtually, and kicking down towards the freeway end. 19 minutes into the third quarter, and it's a margin here of 37 points in favour of the Saints. Brown going to try to reduce that back to 31 as he comes in on his right foot. Paul Brown shoots in towards goal. It's a nice looking kick. The goal umpire hasn't moved. The margin 31 points. Brown gets his second. Geelong 10-11-71. St Kilda 15-12-102.
John Dunn.
At Princes Park, Carlton 12-11-83 lead Fitzroy 10-7-67. Victoria Park, Collingwood 14-12-96 lead Footscray 8-10-58 for St Overs.
Do you want to say anything?
Too right, I do. Paul Brown, he's temporarily escaped that starvation corner, and he's popped in to get 2 goals after a brilliant start by St Kilda in the third quarter. Geelong are slowly, I say slowly, rallying.
And there he was playing a centre-half back last week against Melbourne, taken from the ground, Brown.
Yep.
Bounce in the centre. It's a good one. And it's Barnes, and Barnes got a tap to it straight to the arms of Bairstow. They're out from the centre with a break, Geelong. Heading for centre half forward again. Packet from behind, almost to mark the Lamb, but it was little Robert Scott. Handball to Ablett. Ablett shoots for goal. Umpire likes a look at that one. And it's another one to Geelong. Kicked by Gary Ablett. That is goal number 4 to Gary Ablett. The scoreboard looking a little bit better for Geelong. Slowly but surely, it's 11-11-77. The Cats to St Kilda 15-12-102 on the Capitol Building Society scoreboard. And the time check here now, 20.5 minutes into the third.
A good idea of Malcolm Blight's to throw Ablett into the fray instead of freezing him down at full forward. Wasn't getting enough of the pill, but they sent him up there, and he's been instrumental in a little bit more drive by Geelong in the third.
Big Everett sets himself in the ruck against Barnes, and he beat Barnes on that occasion. Out towards Burke. It's Burke and Bairstow. Burke with a handball. It was a wild one. Taken away there by Couch. Puts it onto his left boot. Heads for the half-forward line, and Lamb has taken a mark. 50 metres out for the Cats. 50 metres out from goal. I was just watching that umpire.
Yes.
I thought he may have been insinuating there was a 50 metre, but it's not on, so he goes back to about 45 metres from goal now. Lamb coming in. Heads for home at a beautiful looking kick. The umpire watches this very closely. Hits the post again for Geelong. That's a third, is it?
Third for the day.
Third poster for the Cats this afternoon. 21.5 minutes into the quarter. 11-12-78 Geelong to 15-12-102 St Kilda. Now, from the full-back position, it's Frawley. To the outer side he travels now. He's got a player out there, and it's Harvey. A brilliant footballer, this guy. Gee, he can run. Plenty of stamina. And he knows how to read a game of football, Harvey, now from the half-back line. In two minds what to do. He just kicks it high, around towards the wing, looking for Morris, and he found Morris. And the umpire's going to play what? No free kick, no push in the back, no mark. A throw-in, my goodness gracious me. As old Joe would say. Umpire set to throw it back into play here. Everett against Barnes in the ruck. Now they jockey for positions. The big tall fellow watches, but Barnes beats him on this occasion. Down to Tudor. A left foot kick by that player. An awkward looking bounce, and in they come to meet it. There they go. It's hollow for St Kilda. Smothered by Gary Hocking off the boot and over the boundary line for a throw in. 22.5 into the third, and it's 15-12-102 Geelong. St Kilda, I should say. 15-12-102 St Kilda. Geelong 11-12-78.
Well, there was a chance for Hollow, but didn't have a left foot. He could have gone back the other way. Here's the throw-in on the 50-metre line. Ablett came over the top, punched it down towards the front of goals. Out they come, and Peckett gets a handball out to Harvey. It's close to the goals, right across the handballs across the square, and they fumbled it though. But they might get out of it just now as Hollow kicked the ball out to the half-back line, out towards Dwyer, who's loose on the half-back flank member's side, trying to step around Scott. He's got a few options. Handballs to Kane Taylor. Taylor runs away from Gary. Tackled high by Gary Hocking around the neck.
Lucky to get out of it, Peter.
They were lucky to get out of it, Ted, because he was collared up by Gary Hocking, and it's a free kick to Kane Taylor.
A smart beside that, Brian, when you've got 2 or 3 options and you lose it.
24 points the lead to St Kilda as Taylor kicks up to the centre wing position. Over the head they go. There's McGrath behind, ducking back to pick up the footy on the wing, on the boundary line. His kick smothered off the boot by Lowe. Lowe in the front. McGrath from behind grabs the footy again, hangs onto it, doesn't get rid of it, and is caught in possession. A very good decision that time by the umpire. And the umpire set a free kick to Lowe. Handball's back here towards his teammate as it's kicked away that time by Shaw. Up to the half-forward line, punched out to the boundary on the 50-metre line by Fode, and a ball, a throw-in.
Almost 24 minutes into the third quarter here on K-Rock football.
Waiting for a throw-in on the 50-metre line. 24 points, the margin in favour of St Kilda. K-Rock football from AFL Park Waverley. Barnes in front, Lowe from behind, knocked it down though to opposition player Hinkley. Hinkley kicks straight into the centre where it's been marked on the edge of the square by Everett. Everett goes long with a left foot kick into the forward line for St Kilda. Punched off the back by Darcy into O'Brien, and he's kicked his 5th for the Saints. He's put it through for another one, and St Kilda by 30 points.
Dwayne Russell.
20 minutes played here in the third quarter of the MCG, and Jason Dunstall's threatening to burst this game apart if he hasn't already. He's got 6 to his name, and Hawthorn are now 12-8-80 to Melbourne 8-9-57 for St Overs.
Carlton have booted 8 goals to nothing this quarter at Princes Park. Carlton 8-15-12-102, lead Fitzroy 10-7-67. And at Victoria Park, Collingwood 14-12-96, lead Footscray 9-11-65 for St Overs.
St Kilda by 30 points, 16-12-108. Geelong 11-12-78. Capital Building Society scoreboard.
There's a bounce in the centre. Everett won it. Law chipping in here beautifully is O'Brien again. And the pass is a sensational one. And lead to Fode 50 metres out from goal. Electrifying at times away. St Kilda moved the ball out of the centre. And now there's a chance for Fode to kick another one. He's 50 metres out.
2-6, Ted.
2 goals, 6 he's kicked. Inaccurate? Well, he was picked on the half-back flank, but I'll tell you what, he's opened up their forward line dramatically here, playing plenty of player. Yeah, he has played very well.
You did dodge that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I did dodge it. In he comes now, Fode. Hop, step and a jump, and he fires at the big sticks down there. Oh, the goal umpire watches it sail through the sunset, and it's another one to St Kilda. Oh boy, they're moving rather away. 17-12-114 to 11-12-78 Geelong, and that's 3 goals, 6 Fodes kicked.
Yep.
And of course that's on the Capital Building Society scoreboard. And well, Brian, I don't know what you're going to do, my friend. No. I don't know what else you can find in your vocabulary, boy.
It's going to be a long season, I think, for them.
Apart, but you're going to say it's not over yet, is that it?
Oh, exactly. You took the words out of my mouth, although they are struggling just a tad at the moment, as we see. Once again, Handley, he's going to be coming on to replace Barnes soon.
26 minutes into the third.
It's a 6-goal, Tad Brushy. No one can get the hit out as we see Riccardi punch it, but there's a free kick there to St Kilda.
Against Barnes.
Yep, against Barnes. And the free kick will go to Peter Everett in the centre of the ground for St Kilda. Brushy.
He's just about in the vote winners, I think, this boy.
Left foot kick by Everett up to the half-forward line. Mansfield coming in front of the pack, couldn't take the mark. Tried hard as Bairstow shot the handball across to Hinkley. Running out from the defence. Into the centre square goes Hinkley and kicks long up to centre half-forward for the Cats. O'Reilly punched it on to Lamb. Lamb gives a quick handball out to Tudor. 45 out. Tudor left foot kick in towards goal for Geelong, but he's offline. It's through for another minor score to the Cats.
Barnes is off. Handley's on.
Oh,
boring, musical.
11-13-79 Geelong. 35 points behind the Saints. 17-12-114.
All right, Peter, I'll take it from here now as we see Frawley go to the outer side with a good-looking kick out there, and the big fellow out. Oh, gee. This fella should not stay out of this St Kilda side for the rest of the season, the kid. Boy, he's got potential. Lovely kick to Burke. A beautiful handball to Winmar, and there they go around the members' stand side. Has one more bounce, and then he kicks it high. Winmar down to the full forward position. They fly. No mark. They hit the deck, and Morris has got the football. Gives a handball out, but chipping in is Darcy. Handball's over to McGrath. McGrath in the last line on the member stand side. Release for Geelong. He hits the centre wing with a good-looking kick. Oh, no one could tip the football there. And in they go. First on the scene is Taylor. Couldn't get a handball. Kicked off the ground by Scott. A pack forms, and the umpire's got to blow the whistle here and bounce. Time check. 27.5 minutes into the third here. On the member stand side wing, the umpire's going to bounce it as St Kilda, the dominating side so far here this afternoon. The ball is bounced, and in they go. Big Everett again against Handley. You know, we thumped it 10 metres down the track. There goes Harvey. Football by this bloke has been sensational today. There's a handball by Harvey to Dwyer. Dwyer's 40 metres out. Kicks it goal. Umpire has a look at this one too. It's an awkward-looking one. Adam McAdam had a chance, but it's thumped through for another point. Did you like that one?
Adam McAdam.
Yeah, Adam McAdam. It's a beauty, isn't it? You got to keep trying, just keep punching all the time, son. 17 goals, 1,214 St Kilda to Geelong 11-13, 79, and with 28 minutes gone into the quarter.
Well, Adam's going to get a free kick in front of goal. There's no point.
Yeah, no point.
Gilbert McAdam's got the free, Ted.
That's right.
And he shoots it towards goal, and now he's put it through for full points.
Just giving him a new name, that's all. What do you think about it, Bushy Tail?
I don't think a lot, but I do think that the St Kilda fellas have played as though they've still got a chance of getting in the finals. They haven't, of course, but you wouldn't think it was a Geelong side that was still fighting for their life. They are lifeless, except for about 5 or 10 minutes in this third patch when Ablett went to centre forward for a while. I do note that he's back at full forward again now, but of the myriad of changes that they've tried, for a little time the second quarter worked for Geelong, but the personnel just ain't there at the minute.
That'll do, no more.
St Kilda by 11 points at the start, got out to 44 points, and now they're back to a 41-point lead after Geelong got within 24. As we see the big bloke Everett punched it out again in the direction of Morris. He'll get the free kick being held, and he'll get the free kick in the centre of the ground. Russell Morris for the Saints, who lead by 41 points at the 29-minute mark. Kick number 12 to number 12 of St Kilda. As he kicks it up to the half-forward line, Darcy goes up, double-fisted away. Winmar takes it, snaps in towards goal, and Winmar's kicked into goal for St Kilda, and they've gone to a 47-point lead. Winmar's kicked his first from his 13th kick, and St Kilda have got 19-12, 126, 47 points in front of Geelong, 11-13, 79. Capital Building Society scoreboard and a 9-goal quarter to the Saints.
Not a bad effort. You want to say anything?
No, I'll just applaud his effort there. Winmar, fabulous goal it was, and Mark Neal's done a pretty good job on Winmar since the first quarter when he was put on him, but you don't keep the champs down all day. Every now and then the lid just goes off and they go off. That's what he did, and he scored St Kilda's 19.
Young Everett set to do battle here against Handley as the umpire puts it to the deck. And it favours Handley a little bit. But Everett beats him pointless. Stomped on again, out to O'Dwyer, but tipping into O'Dwyer, should say, was Gary Hocking, who breaks the pack and shoots it down to the half-forward line. Out they come to meet the football. They all overrun it, apart from Taylor here for St Kilda. Swings around on his wide arc and shoots it to the centre wing, where Peckett's got the mark here on the members' stand wing. I reckon he was ready to dart away too, but he thought, I better stand my ground here, I'm gone.
12 goals kicked in this quarter, 9 to St Kilda and 3 to Geelong.
Now Peckett on the member stand side. He's having a look for his options downfield. Here he goes. He's kicked it high. Here comes a lead down here from Russell Morris. He juggled a good mark. The umpire's got to pay that one. For sure he does, and he's going to pay it to Russell Morris. And they're playing touch football, the Saints now. Play on as a call. He kicks it high in the air. Fode's down there, and that comes Pekin, got his hands to it, couldn't hold the mark, and it goes out to O'Dwyer. He gives it to Anderson, and it's straight through for another goal.
Couch handball, that's a Dwyer. Did you notice that?
Did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that, but I tell you what, it's through for full points. I thought it was the other way round. Let's have a look at this. All right, see what happens.
Yeah.
I didn't get that one. It's through for another goal anyway. Bushy.
It's raining goals for St Kilda, and the overworked Geelong defence has cracked and crumbled. One can understand why, because it's had plenty of pressure applied to it throughout the afternoon, and at times did all right, but they're just not in it. Go on, back to you.
31.5 minutes into the quarter.
10 goals for the quarter to St Kilda in this third. No one got their head out. Dwyer runs out of the centre with the football. Kicks it long up the half forward.
Look at this.
Out comes Foden, marks, and Darcy, what did you say? I couldn't repeat it. It's 50 metres out, Gordon Fode. Darcy 45 on the mark. He came from behind.
You
Darcy.
can't repeat it. Spell it for us.
Oh, no. I wouldn't start. I wouldn't even start. I'm not getting myself into trouble, I tell you.
Well, it's Fode that's got it.
That's right. That's near enough, I think. And he's 50 metres out directly in front. Gordon Foden, he's kicked 3 goals, 6 of the afternoon. Can he make it an 11-goal third quarter for St Kilda?
Of course he can.
He's taking his time. Coming in at the Wellington Road end. Been a great third quarter for St Kilda. A great quarter of football all round. 11 kicked in the first quarter. And we've had a good game here this afternoon as Fode comes in, kicks in towards goal, and the crowd very quiet, and as well they might be because it's through for a minor score.
Okay, Dwayne Russell.
29 minutes gone in the third quarter at the MCG in Melbourne. 9-11, 65 trail Hawthorn, 13-9, 87.
And McGrath heads around the members' stand side with his kick from full back being marked by Buse. Gee whiz, there's some players that Geelong got to do a lot of homework when they get home this weekend about their future. There's a kick now by Buse. Comes down around the wing. They fly. Abbott's there as well, trying to pinch a kick. But Harvey with a handball to Dwyer. Dwyer gives a handball to Morris. Morris heads for the big sticks. It's a beautiful looking kick. Can they shepherd it through? Oh, Winmar almost took the mark. In they go. Out with the ball goes Steve Hocking with a handball over to Buse. Buse dummies, comes back. Oh, he's flirting with the football again, but he got a handball out to Steve Hocking. Down through centre half back he travels. Gary Hocking had a chance. No mark. Anderson had it. Lost it. In they go again. Hinkley's got the football. Boy, he hasn't it much today, but he got a handball over to Bairstow, to Couch. Back to Hanley with a handball, and Hanley decides to kick down to half forward. A chance here, taken away by... There's a siren by Hollow, I was going to say, but it's siren in the third quarter here at AFL Park. And what a sensational quarter, Peter. What happened in that quarter?
St Kilda kicked 10 goals, 5 for the quarter, and Geelong kicked 3 goals, 4. St Kilda by 5.
That was the carpet scoreboard. K-Rock football, and we're going right through to 6NR in Western Australia for the last quarter. Approximately 30 minutes to play. The bounce, and big Everett goes in with Hanley. Oh, Hanley's not a real ruckman there, and Everett got it down towards Burke. He hits the centre half forward position, and a mark in defence taken by Hinkley. Plays on, goes to centre wing. There's Geelong players everywhere out there, but what's happened?
Free kick.
Played a free kick against Geelong here, and it's been paid down here to Russell Morris. Did you pick it up, anybody? I was
all I
calling
know
the
is
play.
it's against Mansfield. That's all, Ted.
I was calling the play, and I missed that infringement there. Now, let's have a look at this. 51 metres out from goal is Russell Morris. And he's going down there, lows at full forward, and he's kicked it right to that position down there with McGrath. McGrath thumped it away. In goes Steve Hocking, and there they go. On the scene is Foe. Tackle without the football. As the umpire said, you would tackle with the football. In possession, and it's a free kick going Geelong's way to be taken down in the last line by McGrath. McGrath in two minds. He looks like he wanted to change directions and come across the face of goal. He is tiptoeing down there, and he does. He comes down the middle a little bit and gives a pass down there, and it's been marked, of course, by Darcy, who gives a handball to Hinkley. Hinkley hits the wing on the member stand side. Gary Hocking has a tackle by Burke. Handball goes to Riccardi. He runs around Dwyer, who boots it to Riccardi down to their half-forward line area, thumped away, and in they go again. Tudor onto his left boot, up around the half-forward flank, and in they come again, out from the Shanahan, from the half-back flank. Plenty of time with the football, puts it on his left boot and kicks it straight, of course, to Lamb of Geelong, who plays on, kicks it high, down to the full forward position, looking for Gary Ablett. Umpires, he blowed the whistle, no play on as the call. Ablett on the boundary line, hooks it around towards goal. Umpire runs across, and he's only put it through for 1 point.
Shanahan will get a spray from coach Ken Sheldon. I wouldn't be surprised to see the runner out there. It was very poor defensive work by him. Enabled Ablett to have a difficult shot for goal, but of course he was offline. It wasn't expected he'd get a goal. He's been closely checked by Danny Frawley this afternoon.
4-5 to Ablett's credit this afternoon. 53 points leads to St Kilda as Frawley kicks out the half-back. Knocked off the hands of the pack to Riccardi. Riccardi 50 metres out, runs in towards goal, fires in towards goal and kicks goal number 3 for Peter Riccardi, and goal number 12 for Geelong. 12-14, 86 Geelong. 47 points behind St Kilda, 20-13, 133, and that's on the James Officer carpet scoreboard. 2.5 minutes in the last.
John Dunn's just returned. John, what about that wind? Are you serious down there, or is it blown up a little bit?
It has actually sprung up a bit. As you can see by the flags, it's favouring the big scoreboard end. So, Brushy, there is wind.
Well, that's the end that Geelong are going to at this, in this last quarter.
Yeah, they'll need that and some extra to get within the scoring range of St Kilda, but still, there's a bit in their advantage, and Riccardi's put a bit of pep in his step in the last quarter.
And there's a bounce sitting underneath as Hanley, but it's stumped away by Nathan Burke, who beat Hanley on that occasion. A missed kick there by McGrath, taken by Lowe. A handball was astray. Here comes Nathan Burke back again, but it's Riccardi who boots it off the ground, out to the wing, on the members' stand side, and a chance there now for Peckett. Will it go over the boundary line? They've got control of it here, Peckett. Oh, McGrath came in hard and gave it to Peckett, but I'll tell you what, I give the kid courage. He stood his ground.
Yep, and he's bounced up and he's ready for more.
Boundary umpire about the border here. Field umpire's going to bounce it. He blew the whistle before it went over the boundary line, and it's down. And it's an awkward-looking bounce over the line for a throw. It's a shocking bounce, isn't it? What's he going to bring it back again?
When it goes over like that, it's another bounce.
Thank you, umpire.
Yeah. Umpire's friend. There's a bounce again, coming back that way again, but it's back, knocked away, out towards a Bairstow. Now a chance for Winmar, who swooped on the football, brings it back here, knocked away and over the boundary line by Anderson for another throw-in. It's in front of the members' stand. We've only been travelling 4 minutes into the last quarter here now on the James Officer carpet scoreboard. And St Kilda still doing well. 2013, 133 to 12-14, 86 St Kilda at Geelong. And it's in the air, knocked away by Handley. Thumped on, a good 25 metres down the track by Everett. And Steve Hocking comes out, tackled by McAdam. Yeah, knocked on by Burke, over towards Harvey. Harvey settles, goes for the short one to Dwyer. Handball over the top to Morris. 50 out. 40 out, he goes for the short pass. Oh, this is history. And good night, said the Fox. What about that? Beautiful piece of football there by Morris. Been marked down there by Fode. He's kicked 3-6, right?
Correct.
Darcy was going to finish him off too, wasn't he?
3-7 he's kicked. All right, yes, he tried very hard. So he's directly in front of goal, 20 metres out. Do it too easy. That defence of Geelong's is very, very ordinary indeed. A lot of concentration over this shot by Fode. Body well over the football. Copybook stuff, and in he comes, fires at the sticks, and he has just plonked it through for another sixer to the Saints. And boy, what a score. What's the mystery ailment to the Cats? I can see the headlines now. 21-13, 139 St Kilda, Geelong 12-14, 86. Now, what about you, Dr. Brushfield? Well, you got any chances, to let us know what's going to happen?
Not too much. It's a cricket score, certainly, to St Kilda. And I was joking earlier when I said that Plugger wouldn't get back in their side, of course. But I'll tell you what, Fode won't go out. He's played a terrific game this afternoon for St Kilda. Darcy has acquitted himself all right, too, I think.
Back in the centre, the umpire comes in to bounce, and it's a good-looking one.
Yes, a nice bounce, and it favours Handley. Couldn't punch it out, though. In they go very hard indeed. O'Brien went in courageously there, and he could get the free kick.
Quickly, John.
Collingwood at 19-13, 127. Footscray 10-12, 72. Rocco's got 10.
Gee, 10 goals to Rocco at Collingwood. Here's the ball in the centre, a free kick to O'Brien, the former Essendon player now with the Saints. Kicks up to the half-forward line. Out they come. Morris gives it across here to Pekin. Pekin's tripped as he went to run away. Gets his left foot into it. Kicks it into the forward line. McGrath sets himself. Punches it away from McAdam. Down to the ground it goes. In goes Hinkley on the boundary line. Tackled by McAdam. And he's fallen over the boundary line. And a throw in the forward pocket. 20 metres away from St Kilda's goal.
And we're 6 minutes into the last quarter. Very quickly, Dwayne.
Dunstall 7, Hawthorn 15-9.99, Melbourne 9-11.65.
Dunstall 7, Rocket 10, Modra 13 last night. Here's the throw in the forward pocket as Lowe knocks it down for St Kilda. In goes McGrath and McAdam. Neither can get it. McGrath goes in again and picks it up and boots it out to the half-back line. Morris is underneath it. Oh, in goes O'Brien and takes the mark again for St Kilda. He's going to play on. Play on's the call from the umpire. He handballed across to Pekin. He's 65 out. Timmy Pekin. Here's Everett on his own, 40 metres out, directly in front of goal for St Kilda.
You know, sorry, Pete.
You're right.
It's hard to understand. We saw this kid early in the year, and he's been in and out the side. And I was talking to Bobby Skilton last night.
Right.
And I think you were there, and he said this kid should never be out the side of St Kilda for the rest of the year. Leave him in there.
Yeah, who else have they tried? They've had Bingham in there for a while, and
Bingham.
Laser Vidovic. And now we're back to where we started with Everett.
No wonder Durr Flanagan left St Kilda. Here's with the ball back here with Peter Everett. He's 40 metres out directly in front of goal. Left foot kick in towards goal at the freeway end. It's a lovely looking kick from the big lad, and he has put it through for full points. St Kilda have got 22. 59 points the margin. He's kicked 2, Peter Everett. It's St Kilda 22-13, 145. Geelong 12-14, 86.
John.
At Princess Park, Carlton 18-14, 122. Well in front of the Roys. 11-8, 74 for St Overs.
Yeah, sure thing. And the James Officer Cup scoreboard here, 22-13, 145 to Geelong 12-14, 86. A long trip home, Bushy.
I know it is. I'm going to call in Pockets Billiard Saloon on the way and have a refresher.
There's a bounce, and Handley got it down to Gary Hocking, who's been pretty quiet in the second half, but Harvey got it over to Burke, Burke to McAdam, and he gets his kick very high. He was offloaded by Abbott when he got the kick. Oh, a gutsy effort by Burke. Takes it, plays on a beautiful football, but he missed his target. Right down here to where we see coming out as Mansfield, and he takes it over the boundary line for a throw-in. 8 minutes into the last quarter here now, and St Kilda still into attack. Kicking down towards the freeway end. The umpire right in front of our broadcast position is about to bring it back into play, and in the ruck it's Lowe, pitted against Handley, and Lowe got his hand to it. Down to Couch, has had a very quiet day. His kick is an awkward one, made no direction, and St Kilda doing it quite well. Out they come, the umpire what calls play on as Berto comes in, got a handball over towards Steve Hocking, a handball to Gary Hocking. Bare toe, was it?
Yeah,
and he had 2 bounces. Gary Hocking drives it deep from the wing down towards O'Reilly. Oh boy, he pulled his head down out of the way, and it's gone over the boundary line for a throw in. Well, have to write an essay when you go home, Bushy, and see what you can find out the diagnosis of this disastrous effort this afternoon. We're 9 minutes into the last quarter here, and there's a throw-in by the boundary umpire. O'Reilly in there against the big fellow Everett. They all having a go, and even Ablett wants to have a dash in the ruck as the umpire blows a whistle as Frawley goes to the deck, and the umpire's going to bounce it again. Here's a score, and that's for you people over there on 6&R in Western Australia. 22-13, 145 St Kilda. Geelong 12-14, 86.
Martin Heppel warming up on the bench for St Kilda for just his third game. There's the bounce in the forward pocket position here. Everett punched it down. Chance for Geelong as Gary Hocking snaps in towards goal. It's another poster, Peter, and that's 5, says Peter Pearson. So Geelong have got 12-15, 87 points. They're 58 points behind St Kilda, 22-13, 145, and a point registered to Gary Hocking's name. The ball comes out to the half-back line, but the umpire says no. Is he going to allow it? Yes, he is. And McAdam remarked that handball's out to Harvey. Harvey handballs it out here towards his teammate Shanahan. Shanahan gives it to McAdam. McAdam kicks it up towards the centre wing position. Up they go, and Mansfield takes the mark. Mansfield on centre wing for the Geelong side with the mark now on his left foot. Kicks up to the half-forward position once more. The pack flies high. Ablett punched it off the pack to Couch in front, waiting for the crumbs. Handball to Gary Hocking. Tackled beautifully by Nathan Burke. Got a handball out in the direction of Tudor. Tudor's got the footy. Handballs to Couch. Couch has kicked it in the mid-air. Up to the forward line there. In they go again. Everett's there in defence now. Kicks it out towards Harvey, who marks on half-back flank member's side. Look at this. Harvey in towards the edge of the square. Dwyer marks it on the chest. He's looking for someone to play on. He got the call. A long handball over the top here towards Kane Taylor in the east square. Towards the half-forward position he kicks. And out they come to mark. And it's a mark to Fode again.
Goal square.
Fode there. Here's a man running into the square on his own, Anderson. But Fode says, no, I've kicked a bag of points. I'll go back and have a shot for goal. He's kicked 4 goals this afternoon.
Yes, I would have had a shot too. There's no doubt about that.
Sure you would have. And Fode's got it 40 metres out from goal at the freeway end with St Kilda 22-13, 145. Leading Geelong 12-15, 87. And Gordon Fode, who has kicked 4, lining up for his 50. 11-minute mark of the last quarter on the James opposite carpet scoreboard. K-Rock football from the park. Fode comes in, shoots in towards goal. He gets a clap from low. It's through for full points. He's got 5. St Kilda have got 23-13. 151 and Geelong 12-15, 87 on the James opposite carpet scoreboard.
Now Ablett on the wing, is he? No, that's not. Sorry.
Yes, it is.
What you doing there?
Ablett on the wing, and it looked like Pekin came off for Heppel. He was a bit testy in his gait. So Fode's done a mighty job, and Geelong got it. They want to fire up a bit. So they'll be done by 100 points the way things are going here. 22,000 people in attendance, and the ones that came from Geelong have had a shocker of an afternoon.
Yes, anyway. A long trip home. There's no doubt about that, Bushy, my boy, as the umpire comes into bounce. Gee, they deliberate a lot about that bounce, but it's a good one. They've been bouncing well today. No ruckman got an initial knock away, but it was Scott. Got it out that time towards Lamb, who lost it. So did Couch, but his handball went to Buse, and Buse handball to Ablett. Ablett kicks it off the ground down towards the goals. Out they come to meet it, and Brown overran the football. Shanahan didn't. He brings it around the member stand side. Down there is young Heppel just on the ground. Oh, off the top of the pack and reading it beautifully. They take it away. There is young Pekin. Pekin around towards the wing area, and
that's
what's
50.
happened there? That's O'Brien, and he's going to bring him back. Is he not? No, he will not. But O'Brien on centre wing now for St Kilda. Played very well this afternoon. Hits the ball down to the half-forward line. They come out to meet it off the top of the pack to Hinkley. Not the same player, this guy, either, for the last 4 or 5 weeks. An awkward-looking bounce. And O'Brien, effortlessly they're doing. There's no one tackling them. Get in there and have a go, will you? And the ball comes down here towards Everett. Uncontested, Everett takes the ball now, and look at this. What's going on? Out towards the centre half-forward position they travel. Knocked away by Burke. He's a gutsy little customer, this bloke. There's Tudor. Gives a handball out towards Scott. Scott overruns a foot, but go on. And Scott's on the bottom of the pack there with that player. And it's the young Heppel, is it? Just come on the ground. And the umpire's going to bounce it. Come on, get up and have a go. As we see the player on the ground, Scott, extricate himself from there, and the umpire's going to bounce. Have a look at the time check. 13 minutes into the last quarter. Bounce. And there's Hanley in there, and Hanley got his hand to it, down towards Couch. He gives it over to Scott. And it's exciting stuff, this, isn't it? Down towards half-forward, thumped away by Shanahan. He goes out to meet it. McAdams there, he falls to the ground, trying to get a handball. It was thumped out to Shanahan again. Chipping in there is Peck, and a handball back towards Shanahan. He chips it on over here to Taylor. Taylor gets it over to Dwyer. He's burnt this afternoon here, Dwyer. He's done extremely well. Puts it onto his left boot. Down towards half forward. Darcy comes out. He was pushed from behind, but playing as a call. That's the advantage rule by the umpire as McGrath takes it back and he hits Scott on centre wing.
He marks and plays on and he handballs over to Bairstow, who's on his own on the outer wing. He's had one bounce. The skipper of Geelong drives up to centre half forward. Out comes O'Reilly in front of Frawley, and O'Reilly has marked the football.
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, no.
What? Barnes is on and Handley off in the ruck.
Get out.
Great move that.
And Geelong are a player short for that sometimes vital 30 seconds when that is recorded.
64-point margin here to St Kilda with a mark here to O'Reilly on the 50-metre line. And we wait for Stephen O'Reilly to take his kick. Kick number 4 coming up. And we wait for him down at the Wellington Road in goal. On the 50-metre line he'll go. He comes in, O'Reilly, a couple of paces, shoots in towards goal for the Cats. And it has gone through for full points to Geelong. They've got their second goal for the quarter. They're 13-15, 93 points, and they're 58 points behind St Kilda at 23-13, 151 on the James Officer carpet scoreboard.
Dwayne Russell.
Yeah, boy, am I glad I'm not there, because you'd be asking me to name names there, Teddy, and getting you in more trouble than you got me in last week. 15 and a half minutes gone here in the fourth quarter of the MCG. Melbourne just won't let go of this game. They're hanging in by their toenails. They're 12-13, 85 to Hawthorn, 16-9, 105 for St Novus.
Good on you, Popeye. Back here in the centre, the umpire set. Jesus, a courageous player, the little Burke, Brian.
Plenty of guts, that boy.
Yeah, there's a bounce now, and Big Everett comes in to have a dash at it again. He got a hand to it, comes down to a Burke. His handball went over towards Big Everett. His handball is astray. In goes Couch with a handball to the running Riccardi. Handball over the top to Tudor. He backs out of trouble with a blind turn and puts it on his boot looking for Gary Abbott. It's an awkward-looking bounce thumped away in the last line down there by St Kilda in defence, and it goes over the boundary line for a throw, and that was Hollow, the player who thumped it over the boundary line for a throw-in. We're 15 and a half minutes into the last quarter. 23-13, 151 St Kilda to 13-15, 83 Geelong score. There's a throw-in by the umpire. Big Everett from behind of O'Reilly. And O'Reilly got a bit of a whack to it too, and it's gone over the boundary line in the same position. Young Heppel, the player that tried to stop it going over but couldn't do that. And now things have slowed down here at AFL Park with the Cats struggling. Oh, are they ever? There's a throw-in. And Big O'Reilly got a hand to it. Down to Gary Hocking. He hooks it over with his right boot. Down there, Brown has a chance, but he didn't. The umpire's paying the free kick, not the mark. He's paying the free kick to Geelong. And boy, hasn't the guts gone out of this game now. Brown with the football, some 15-20 metres out. Left forward pocket. Plenty of room between the posts to score from, however. And this is kick number 7 coming up for Brown. He's kicked 2 goals. So Brown, we're virtually right behind him as he comes into kick at goal. We'll follow this through on transit, and he kicks, and the umpire will say this is 1 point. By gee whiz. Oh, well, we're not exactly right behind him, but it was a very technical one, I reckon. That one through for 1 point to Geelong. Now from fullback, who's got the ball? Oh, there it is. It's Frawley. Goes for a short pass out to Harvey. He has absolutely slaughtered them today, and he runs around. He tries to Lamb. He got a handball over to Pekin. Pekin steadies. Oh, that was a handball, 25 metres. One bounce. Straightens up. Short pass. In comes Hinkley, but Morris outmanoeuvred them all. Gave a handball over to Heppel. Gave him a bit of a touch of the football onto his left boot. Down it goes to the half forward line, and coming out is O'Dwyer, and he kicks at goal. It's a beautiful looking kick, and Dwyer's put it through. Daddy who? Daddy Cool. And that's Dwyer. And boy, what a game. He slaughtered them in the centre today. John Dunn.
And Carlton are slaughtering Fitzroy 22-15, 147. Leading the Roy boys 14-8, 92. And similarly, Collingwood 20-15, 135. Thrashing the Bulldogs 10-12, 10-12-72 for St Overs.
Yes, thank you, John. And St Kilda 24-13, 157 to Geelong 13-16, 94. K-Rock football from AFL Park. And don't forget, don't fool yourself, speed kills.
Don't speed near that Warrigal Road intersection on the freeway here, because I'll
get on with this, will you? Forget about that.
Oh, dear me. You might forget about it if you get the pass. Here's the bounce in the centre. Up they go. Barnes knocks it into Gary Hocking's hand. Handballs it out towards the square, but it's not lost. The St Kilda take it from Everett. A handball to O'Brien. He gives it across to Dwyer. It's all St Kilda. Dwyer's on the half-forward line. He goes short looking for Fode, and Fode doesn't let him down as he takes the mark 45 metres out from goal. St Kilda by 63 points here at the park, and a very ordinary performance from Geelong.
I'll say it's ordinary.
There's Fode with the football. He's gone back behind the 50-metre line now. And another change about to be made on the St Kilda bench. And it looks like Winmar is it coming off. And Damon Shaw coming on as Winmar gets the applause from the St Kilda supporters who have all hung around for this one. Geelong supporters getting into the car park for the big drive back. And here comes Fode, 50 metres out for St Kilda. Shoots in towards goal for the Saints. A nice looking kick, but it's just stopped on the last line. Kicked down by Anderson. 2 attempts by Anderson. The first one smothered. It came back for him a second time, and he puts it through for his third goal.
The way he's going, they'll kick him out of the clacker, the Saints. Boy, they're coming from everywhere.
25-13, 163. 69-point lead over Geelong. 13-16-94. James opposite carpet scoreboard.
Now, you've been pretty quiet in this last quarter.
I'd like to
stay
stay
out of gas, have you?
I'd like to stay that way too, but I won't be going home via the West Gate. I might be tempted. I think I'll take that long way home.
Yes, it's a very clear winning margin here to St Kilda, but still we've got a fair way to go. We're 19.5 minutes in, and the bounce is an awkward one. The umpire's blown the whistle here, and he's paying a free kick down here to St Kilda. And who's he going to give the kick to? Young Heppel, is he not? No, Everett, the big fellow Everett. Was that an infringement over the square?
No, Ted against Gary Hocking.
Right, there's a handball over towards Burke, and Burke gives a handball back here to his little mate O'Brien. Handball goes back to Everett. They're playing around now. A handball to McAdam. He was about to handball, decided against it. Goes long, looking for low. He flies, no mark. Off the top of the pack, taken by Bairstow. Oh, he's at walking pace now. Swings the ball back through the centre, and a chance for Couch. He's taken a mark, Couch. Having a look around, no options forthcoming. But he kicks now, across the wing to the outer side. He's got to go the shortest way home, but Steve Hocking's taken the mark. He drives the ball long down to half forward. Ross Shanahan playing in front of Brown. Takes an easy mark on the chest for St Kilda. And a very good defensive football. Shanahan goes short. He's got to play a loose down here. Harvey for the handball to Dwyer. Dwyer blitzed and puts it over to the half forward line. A chance here for Shaw. Shaw onto his left boot, shoots the ball down to the full forward position. And Fode, the man, has taken another mark. Some 35 metres out, left forward pocket, about a 60-degree angle. The sun's in his face here. It looks like he's trying to find a position. This is what?
This is his 14th mark, Ted. He's had 19 kicks.
Hang on, I'll have to come back to his toe. He's gone for a short pass and he's missed it. Missed on the half volley. Comes back towards Shaw. That short pass went to Heppel, but now it's Steve Hocking giving a handball over to Buse. Buse comes back onto his left boot. Kicks it, and Dwyer from behind missed the mark. Hits the deck and Couches in there. He swoops and shoots a handball to Bairstow. At walking pace again, Bairstow gives a handball over to Gary Hocking. Steadies, one bounce, shoots the ball long to the half forward line. Ablett's there, no mark, in they go again. Scott on the bottom of the pack in there. Taylor's there as well, and the umpire's blown the whistle. Sorry, Peter, let's have it now.
Well, Brian made mention early, Ted, that Darcy was playing well. This kid's had 19 kicks, 14 marks and one handball. I think he's kicked 5 goals, 8.
Yeah, I think I better revise my statement there.
It's a ball up in Geelong's.
Come on, let's get on with this now. We're 21 and 22 minutes into the quarter.
And it's a ball up in the half-forward line for Geelong. Knocked down by O'Reilly. Taken to the ground by Peake, and another ball up here. It's a record score for St Kilda against Geelong this afternoon. 25-13, 163. Their highest score ever against Geelong. We're 13-16-94. And we've played 22 minutes into the last quarter. The margin 69 points in favour of the Cats.
There'll have to be a change off the fence by Geelong shortly, won't there?
Yeah, haven't made one for a minute. Here's the bounce, 40 metres out from goal. Up they go. O'Reilly palms it out to the 50-metre line. In goes McAdam. They get into his back. It's kicked off the ground by Anderson. Out to the half-back flank where we see Lamb come in for Geelong. Handballs out to the open spaces, but it's taken away this time by Hollow with a long handball to centre wing to his teammate there, and O'Brien, who gives it to Peakin. Peakin's got it on his right foot. Drives up to the half-forward line. Buse went up, didn't take the mark. Gets around his opponent, or didn't.
Clever,
Harvey's too smart for him. Clever. Dummies and turns out of trouble. Now he's in trouble as he's tackled and lost it. Kicked away by Neild. Out towards Lamb, who's tackled by Anderson. Steve Hocking goes in. Dives on the football. Loses it. In goes Everett like a rover. Handball smothered by Buse. Buse dives on the football. The umpire will have no alternative but to ball it up 60 metres out from goal for the Saints.
Come on, Bushy boy.
I wonder if that guy we interviewed before the game, Craig, didn't. I wonder if he's enjoying himself.
Oh, he wouldn't need to use the whip anyhow, would he?
No. Back in here, the umpire's about to bounce. And Harvey's just about stuffed, I think, out there. He's run all day. There's Barnes getting the big knockout, and Everett looking for a free kick, and the umpire's going to pay it. Yes. Yep. He looked for it, and the umpire said, yes, there was one there, and Morris is telling him to kick it along now. Get it up to the goals. but Barnes has drifted back. I don't think they have much concern. The old Saints, this kid fancies himself from 55 out.
You can have 10s for me.
In he comes now, the big fellow. Puts it on its way. It's a good-looking kick too.
Ooh.
Drifts into the square. They fly. And Barnes gets up and takes a good mark in defence with a handball to the running Hinkley. Coming out to the members' stand side. He changes direction. Hooks it around to Gary Hocking. He dummies a handball. Brits away and goes through the centre. In comes Dwyer. And there's McAdam with a handball to Harvey. Harvey steadies. He puts one down the throat of Burke. Oh, gee whiz. There's no stopping these Saints today. They're going marching home all right. When the Saints come marching in, and boy, Burke, what's his stats, Peter?
Burke, this is his 16th kick, 4 marks, 10. That's 10 handballs, 26 possessions.
Yeah. There's blitz them across the centre, Dwyer, Burke, and these guys peaking, haven't they?
Dwyer's a boy, and he's obliterated Couch's effectiveness.
Now, Burke, let's have a look at this. From about 25-30 out, he's directly in front. He fires at the big sticks. Oh, yes, there's no doubt about it. He's put it through. Another goal to St Kilda. It's as easy as that. To go over to the MCG and Dwayne Russell.
Yes, just entering time on in the fourth term here. And Melbourne are hanging in there, but it does look like Hawthorn might hold on there. 16-10, 106 to Melbourne, 12-16, 88 for St Overs.
And what's the time check?
Yes, just into time on 25 minutes and 14 seconds.
And what do they lead by?
18 points.
Oh, yes. Well, I don't think they get up there, Dwayne.
Well, 3 goals in 5 minutes been done before.
Yeah, I know it has. 25 minutes here in the last quarter, and it's 26-13, 169 St Kilda to Geelong, 13-15, 94. What is it, Bushy?
And I don't think Geelong can get up here either, Dwayne.
75 points the margin. What a great statement. There's the bounce in the centre. Up they go. It's Everett and Barnes both getting a hand to it. It comes down towards Dwyer. Handballs to Lowe. Oh, tackled high by McGrath. Should be a free, and it will be a free. Free kick to Stuart Lowe in the centre square for St Kilda, who lead by 75 points as we see Lowe kick it short. It's knocked away by Steve Hocking. Down to the ground it goes, back into the centre square. In goes Shaw. Tried to get it. Little kick away by Shaw, falling to the ground. Comes to Couch on the edge of the square. He goes one way, then the other. A left foot kick by Couch to half forward. Knocked away here that time by Shanahan. Away from Brown, out in the direction of Peckett. In they go. Scott punched the ball out towards the boundary line. A
Good
chance
play,
for St
Peckett.
Kilda. Here comes Heppel. Martin Heppel picks up the ball. One bounce on centre wing. A left foot kick up to the half forward line. Up they fly. Mansfield got his hand to it, taken away by Morris, falls to the ground, handballs along the ground to Burke. Burke handballs to the half forward. Craig O'Brien 30 metres out directly in front.
Look at
27 goals on the board to St Kilda as Craig O'Brien puts it through for his 6th goal, and the Geelong side down by 81 points. St Kilda 27-13, 175. Geelong 13-16, 94 on the James Officer carpet scoreboard.
John Dunn.
Carlton 23-17, 155, lead Fitzroy 14-8, 93. Collingwood 21-19, 145, lead Footscray 10-13, 73 for St Overs.
How many, Rocker?
10.
Right. Now, back here. Well, I'm not going to ask you
No,
this time.
I'll give you a minute's silence.
Yes, you will, sure will. Now, back here in the centre. Let's have a look at the time check. We're 26.5 in, so it's not far away from siren time. There's a bounce. It's an awkward one, and it favours Barnes. He could have taken it with himself, but he belted it down to Couch, and Couch gives a handball to O'Reilly, a handball over towards Bairstow, chased by that St Kilda player down there in Hollow. It's an awkward-looking bounce, but it favours Ablett. He swings onto his right boot. This is going to be close, and it's through for full points, Geelong, and that's got to be his goal number 6 or 5. 5 goals to Gary Ablett down here this afternoon, so that takes his tally to 93, is that right?
Correct.
93 for the season, and we have Tony Modra on 94 for the season.
Correct.
Is that right? Right, correct. Thank you very much, Your Honour. So it's 27.5 minutes into the quarter. 27 goals, 13, 175 St Kilda. Geelong 14, 16, 100. So St Kilda lead by 75 points. Do you want anything to say now? No, don't do it. What do you want?
13 individual goal kickers for the St Kilda side this afternoon, Ted.
Back in the centre here, Siren not far away as the bounces down. It's a good one too, and Barnes there. Oh, but the big fellow slaughtered him again, Everett, out towards Scott, and chipping in as Anderson, and get to the outer side they go. First on the scene is McAdam, chased by Bairstow. Bairstow's waiting to pounce, but he hasn't got the football yet. Bairstow had it, lost it, goes to the deck, and McAdam had a chance to get it out, but the umpire's blown the whistle. What's he going to do now? Wouldn't be surprised me what they do here. Now the umpire's going to bounce it. On the boundary line, on the other side of the ground, he puts it down, and in they go. Anderson, and the big fellow goes up there. O'Reilly, a chance here. for the big fellow in the hollow. Couldn't do much about it. Handball goes out to O'Reilly from Lamb down towards centre half forward and full forward. Thumped away by Frawley. Here they come now. And Gary Hocking on the bottom of the pack. A chance for Geelong. But St Kilda are not out of trouble yet as the umpire blows the whistle and will ball up again. 28.5 into the quarter. What do you want?
They've kicked 7 goals straight this quarter, St Kilda, to 3 goals, 3. Unbelievable. Gee, young Ted must have copped plenty from you as a little bloke. There's the bounce in the centre. Down it goes. Nobody got the hit out. Tudor tries to come out of the pack with a footy, and it's a ball up on the 50-metre line. What an afternoon St Kilda have had. An absolute rip snorter. They've kicked 8 goals in the first, 2 in the second, 10 in the third. And it's on the goal square. There's 7 goals.
Doing that now, the whackers.
Here's the bounce on the 50-metre line, knocked away by O'Reilly to Gary Hocking, who kicks into the forward line, and Brown's offload, and out comes St Kilda to take the mark this time, and it's been taken here by Heppel. That's Hollow. Hollow kicks out to the half-back flank. Hollow kicks it out to the half-back flank. Neil gets a handball out of the pack to Riccardi.
Boots are in too.
Riccardi's on the 50-metre line, boundary line, shoots in towards goal. He fires in towards goal. Riccardi, the goal umpire, trying to see over the top of the brawl, and Riccardi's put it through for full points to Geelong.
Now McAdam wants to have a go at Ablett.
15-16, 106 in Geelong, and St Kilda 27-13, 175. Back to the ringside, and Ted Whitten.
I couldn't help interrupt you there, but at least you got the goal. But that was ridiculous, wasn't it? With that bloke down there, with Brian, wasn't it, with Frawley and Gary Ablett?
Yeah, there was some physical stuff there. They're obviously not sweethearts, those two, and they're both very well proportioned boys. And in the dying stages of a game that was, well, it was a non-event at half-time.
We haven't talked much sense all day, but you spoke sense about that incident.
Right, there it is.
And there's the bounce in the centre again. The big fellow Everett gets up and he beats him down towards Anderson. Anderson with a blind turn, gets out of trouble, kicks to half forward. Over the top of the pack it travels, and in they go again. Mansfield's there. He had a chance with the football, and so was Russell Morris put down. And out of the pack they go again. This is Fode. Puts it onto his left boot and bolts towards goal, but it's off target and through for 1 point. Peter, what was you after, mate?
I wanted to know who won the bout, Ted.
Oh, was nothing in it, was there?
Oh, I thought there was a decent bit of strength there.
Yeah, there was a bit of strength, and I didn't like what I saw in the finish. Anyway, let's talk about that later. There's the kick in from full back out towards Bairstow. Bairstow has marked the ball in the back pocket. Wouldn't you think they'll be going long?
St Kilda by 72 points, 30.5 minutes played.
Out towards Hinkley on the member stand side. He gives a handball over to Steve Hocking. Oh, taken away as easy as you like by Nathan Burke. Drives down to the forward area, and out they come again, Fode. And he's taken the mark on the right forward flank. He's about 35. What's wrong with you? You're shaking?
No, I'm just a bit ashen. I've gone a bit mildewed at the minute because it's been Geelong's most deplorable effort for the year.
Oh, dear.
For the year. There's a siren. It's all over. But Fode's got to take his kick here. And what's happened there, Peter?
Danny Frawley gave the Geelong cheer squad a real mouthful.
And he just shook hands with that, but 2 on siren time, which is fair enough. Ah, well, you get pretty frustrated there, you know, in the heat of the moment. Here comes Fode in to have a shot for goal. It's on its way. It's drifting away at the last moment, so there will be a score here. Will there or not? Now, let's have a look at this. Is the umpire going to pay the point? Yes, he is. So he has paid the point to that kick by Fode of St Kilda, which made his tally for the afternoon something
5
like
goals, 9 or something, isn't it, Peter? He kicked a bag of points.
9.
9
9.
shots, yeah. What have you got there, Don Dunn?
At the Princess Park, Silvani's just booted his 10th goal. Carlton 26-18, 168. Lead Fitzroy 14-11.